Turn on my 9 live sessions. I'll probably go just live for an hour. I gotta wake up early to go do gym therapy. Gotta take care of your body, so it takes care of you. I'm trying to be more consistent with it. I'm probably working on my podcast. If I scope it out, YouTube and then Spotify. Put them on technology. It's called Coach Vito Podcast. So this live session, it's a live session. So this live session eventually will be uploaded on my YouTube and Spotify. Eventually, when I catch myself, because I'm only one person, I'll do like 30-second clips. And that's cool thing about technology. Like, I tell people the best ever counts universe is the first to marry yourself. And from there, wise, like, journaling is cool. That's a lot of writing. I'm a geek techie. I can type all day, but that's still a lot of typing. Technology, cell phone, baby steps, audio blogs. I mean, this is live platforms, live podcast. So I'm streaming 9 platforms, 9 cell phones, right? So your cell phone is just a cell phone. So do audio blogs, and when you're ready to do video blogs, can you grab your cell phone? Or do an example. Can you grab your cell phone, look it directly at it, and talk to yourself? Hey, today I'm feeling sad. I don't know why. And then as you're speaking to yourself, can you keep looking at the camera? Remember, you're not streaming. You're just video blogging yourself. If you're like looking around, because I know it didn't feel awkward to look at yourself, especially the day you actually push play and you watch yourself. We can watch fucking movies, anime, Netflix, reels, and bullshit, right? But can you actually watch yourself? Can you study yourself? We study the people. We follow the people. We fucking hype other people up. Can you hype yourself up? Can you study yourself up? It's different. But that's the cool thing about technology. I'm working on my podcast, right? So the cool thing about it, I can rewind time. Right now, before I went on this live session, I just uploaded an episode from October 15th of 2022. Basically almost 3 years ago. And remember this, I saved them, and I could watch them, and from there I what's up, Angelina, how you doing, welcome to live, and I can hear people speaking. Remember this, when you go to YouTube, you'll see me, right, speaking, and you hear people speaking, but you don't see nobody in the box. It's a live podcast, and that's something about technology. And remember, I'm a nobody. I'm just a little person. I go live for you guys to tell a story. No one to comprehend me. I play these clips. If it triggers you, I did my job. That's why the queens love me in the healing journey. The boys hate me because why? They'll say they want love and they believe in God, Jesus, Allah, right, Buddha, Muhammad, the universe. They're spiritual, but they're fuck boys. They're hard workers. They work hard on their friendships, co-workerships, social media friends, but they're not work hard on their partnerships. Make that shit make sense, And I love saying that shit because guess what? It triggers people. If I trigger you, I did my job. And the best part, I don't know you from Adams. I'm a nobody to you. If nobody can trigger you behind the screen, you have a lot of healing to do respectfully. And nobody has to heal. That is your free will and choice. That's why I tell everybody, keep it simple, black and white for everybody out there. Whatever you believe in, right? Whatever term you want to use, spiritual, religious, spiritual, unlock your term. What does everybody have every day broke down? Everybody has 2 gifts. Everybody does. And what is it? Free will and choice. After that, whatever term you want to believe, whatever your beliefs are, I'm religious, spiritual, Anunnaki, Buddhist, science, whatever term you want to use, these categories. But here's the kicker: everyone's got free will and choice. Today I'm Mr. Positive, and tomorrow I wake up, my free will and choice. Fuck the universe. I'm a fuck boy. And the next day, Mr. Positive, I love God. We're all going to our emotions and feeling this shit because it's called triggers. If you can't control your triggers, you'll be going through all your emotions every which way. And then anyone triggers you and you pop off, reactive use, my neck tattoo. That was not your intent. But you got your own traumas, and now you hurt somebody with your words. And the worst people you can show with your words is who? Your partners, especially your kids. To weaken those relationships are really hard to do, especially with your kids, but it's not ever too late. And to form the universe, nobody has to forgive you. That is their free will and choice, because that's everyone's gift. What? That's why when you do this healing journey, you let go your exes, your past pain, toxic love, trauma, child trauma for yourself. First hard part, forgive, communication. Not forget, you lived it. The second hard part is to do what? Let go, do comprehension. Let go, do comprehension. Comprehend why I failed, what happened to do comprehension. And you do it for yourself, not for nobody else. Nobody has to forgive you. Don't force your ways upon people. Long time no see. Hey, what's up? How you doing? I know it's been a minute. I don't have a set schedule. I just jump on, I do my thing, I had to jump off, and that's it. I try to do for sure minimum an hour, 2 hours tops. I'm not trying to be spending say this. I'm not trying to do more than 2 hours no more. Respectfully, if someone's in the box or someone's in the comments and we're having a conversation because they're venting, cool, let's do this. I'll stay a little bit longer, but respectfully, I've been doing this for 5 years, starting my 6th season, and I won't stop. But how you been? How's life? How's everything? How's your health? And that's the cool thing about technology. Like, we're cyber people every which way. Technically, we don't exist, right? So, whatchamacallit, you just pay it forward. If you want the healing journey, why would anybody in the healing journey, hey, thank you for the gift. And that's a cool thing. That's what I say all the time. My tattoos, the queens love me. They hate, the boys hate me because why? A lot of us boys are narcissistic, and we're on a journey. We're not on a healing journey. We'll say love, but then what? We're emotionally cheating. We are Sami. Want to hear? Oh, really? Snap. I'm asking, what state are you in? I heard a little bit about it. I guess it's happening in Northside California, and that's all I know. And I say respectfully, as it being, I don't watch the news. If it's not on TikTok, Hawaii, snap, prayers and hugs. That's I say respect. I don't really watch the news if it's not on TikTok. I'm not even, when I say respectfully, I'll be on TikTok, but I just be down with stuff. I don't really be on it too much anymore. I just do post. I mainly do lives, honestly wise. Hey, I'm about to go to smoke. You should be able to. I see why not. If you can, ask your mom, make sure she's cool with it. Because obviously we need the help. But that's my situation right now. I'm trying to focus more, for sure, my one-on-ones, but do more uploads. Finally, and it feels good to work on my Spotify and then YouTube. So you want to scope it out? Go on Spotify, YouTube says Coach Rito Podcast. Good to see you. Like your screen. Prayers and hugs. God bless. Prayers and hugs to you and your family and friends and everyone in Hawaii. It's the Mother Nature Project. All we're gonna do in life is adapt best as possible, and this is where you get tested from the universe type of situation, and the intent best as possible. The locals, if it happens, it gets to that point that people help each other out. Be compassionate best as possible. Put your pride and ego away. Tension. It's easier said than done because nobody has to help nobody. It'd be nice. Check out all these fucking ladies that got zillions of dollars, and they're too greedy as fuck. But they say God, Allah, Buddha, you're in Hawaii. No. How about this? This is the live podcast. I'll show you real fast, so you see what I'm talking about. So behind the screen, you see me, right? So this is one of my TikToks. So TikTok, check out. That's Likey. That's both my Facebooks. That's the other TikTok. That's a queen from Hawaii. She's talking about it. Likey Squad. Take back. Bigo Squad. IG, Twitch, Clubhouse, and my second TikTok. So it's a live podcast, and I say respectfully, my pride and ego that I control. Nobody does what I do. Respectfully, what? Nobody does what I do. People do, they go live, 1 or 2 platforms. This is 9 platforms, 9 cell phones. I'm just telling stories. And I challenge, my face tattoo, I challenge all the universes 2D through 10D. Eventually, I gotta add 20D because I know it's 20D. In the Matrix, what? Teaching about real life. Teaching about, you as a being, your feelings. I want to hear your story about you. Everybody brags about mammy bullshit, my body, my job, money, power, and fame, social media, but I would love to hear about your story. What? I care about you as a being. How you doing with your feelings? How you doing with your healing journey? If you're doing your healing journey. If you're just in a journey, everyone's a blue pill initially. What's the blue pill? Major talk. Take the blue pill, stay lost in life. You don't want to talk about your feelings. So my original self, till I was 39 years old, I debated about mammy bullshit. Black versus white, yellow versus purple, Christian versus Buddhist, all this. It's in your personal life with your mental health, fucking irrelevant. You know everything about higher source, man BS, but with your personal feelings, your anxiety, depression, you don't know shit about it. You don't even talk about it. But you want love, family, kids, relationships. Make that shit make sense. You can verbalize it all you want, but you're not knowing you will self-sabotage relationships. Because I love saying this all the time. Whatever question I ask you behind the screen, face to face, check out. I respect your boundaries. You don't respond, and you can say no. I don't want to talk about it. Cool, bet that's okay. I'm gonna give scenarios of 40. You don't comprehend this. The day that you want love, quote unquote, you want relationships, and your partner that you love asks the same question I just asked you. What do you do? Push them away? Shots fired. What? And it triggers a lot of them. Like what? Hey, what's up, goddess? How you doing? How's life? How's the kiddos? How's your health? And I say respectfully. That's what go life for everybody to tell stories. To God for more. No one has to comprehend, especially queens. First and foremost, you can have kids. I can be part of the equation, but I could become a deadbeat father whenever I want to. That's my free one choice. I can have 1,000 potentials, girlfriends, right? Tell all 1,000 I love them, but then what? I'm about to hop in the whole phase. They're pregnant. I'm not. I got to go. That's my free one choice. But I claim to love God, Jesus, law, the universe. Really, actually, spit on the words every which way. Wait, what? New account? Oh, so I have two accounts on TikTok. So it's Coach Rito. I think the other one's like Coach Rito 1. Just in case I ever get banned. You know, which honestly now I don't even care, honestly. If I do get banned, I'll just make another account. I'll let you know it's me. It'll be Coach Rito 1, Coach Rito 2, Coach Rito 3. I don't care. I really don't like too much post anymore. I just do like live sessions, honestly. I love going live, pay it forward. If nobody's here, no one's commenting, telling me I'm speaking to my own self. I love speaking to my own self because guess what? I watch myself on my YouTube and Spotify. The cool thing about technology, you watch yourself, you study your facial expressions out of you. Do I have you on here? Let me see. What is? Oh, I got you. But I can one time a billion times, you know. I have a new number. Oh yeah, DM me please, please. Definitely keep in contact with you. And that's the good thing about the cell phone. You can meet some awesome individuals on these platforms. Maybe locally you don't have no real support teams, people to actually express yourself in the healing journey. Technology, social media. I did it 5 years ago. The proof's in the pudding. What? Locally, there was my boy One King and then Three Queens, but they were more like, I say respectfully, like religious atheists. They were helping me with my feelings, but my boy, then Three Queens from IG and Facebook, I knew of them. I did not know them. They're the ones that reached out to me in my DMs, not in my comments, and they helped me. You know, they fucking held my hand everywhere. I love all 10 of them, but I only speak to like 3 of them. Let me think about it, my boy. 4 of them, 4 out of 10. The other 6, and that's for warning me. Shut the healing journey, right? Just for warning you, these people that are more awake and woke than you are, they can either stay with you or they can leave. You know, sometimes I get emotional about it because it'd be nice. It'd be really fucking nice if real support teams, you know, we're here to your last dying breath, right? But nobody has to stay. For one people, what? Nobody has to stay at all. And that's what they told me in the beginning. They kept reminding me, hey, King, just to let you know, and I see you go from the healing journey to the awakening journey, just to let you remind you, I'm leaving. What? It's scary to hear that shit. Like, why are you leaving? Like, you're teaching me so much. Because other people are suffering, barely on the healing journey. You say you're going to get next tattoo with suicidal thoughts? They got the thought and potentially not going to make it. So I'm here for you. I see you're evolving. And you're on social media. These queens, there's some queens that are empathetic, right? But a lot of queens out there, they will reach out. I know they will reach out to you. Because you're doing a lot to call out the universe. That's beautiful, you know? I here I am today, you know? And that's a shit for everybody out there. People come and go. No one's guaranteed forever. Last day in breath. You know, grow with each other. Marriage, that's not factual. It's an idea, concept. It'd be nice. It'd be really nice if you have potential and you do like last day in breath. Grow with each other. But to forewarn you, if you're in a positive manner, that's why it's a forewarning. What? Did you know anyone can leave, anyone can cheat, anyone can ghost, anyone can break up with you, anyone can divorce you? Whenever they want to, that is their free will and choice. When they do, and which they shall, how will you react, how will you respond? Or do you live fear scared of that? That little saying, we tied my back eventually. Eventually make sure the hoodies what? No one's guaranteed forever. That's why I'm preaching about it more. To put fear in a positive manner. As one being, can you handle rejection? In life, you will always get rejected. What's up, baby? How you doing? How's it going? What's to life? You know, again, if you can't rejection, you have a lot of healing to do. You'll get rejected in life in general, whether it's applying for jobs, homes, cars, whatever, right? But the worst rejection on the overall is a potential partner. That's the one that can potentially hurt you, and from there, wise, you can question your self-worth. You have suicidal thoughts. My first night, a puppy love in high school, and she didn't lie to me. She didn't sell me a dream. You know, she wasn't ready type of situation. And she told me, yo, like, I could tell you if I was to be with you, like, you want to be serious, like, you know, maybe get a little older and then graduate and get married and have kids and have a family. She's like, I'm too young for that. Like, honestly, like, I'm not ready for that. I just want to party, kick and do my thing, you know? And she's like, there's other girls that want you. And here's the kicker, she got my attention. So all I saw was her. That's all I saw. And I waited 4.5 years of my life. The last word, I don't do that. I say respectfully. That's what the spiritual words. For 4.5 years, I prayed, hope, manifested, you know? Coach has life tatted on his body. Yeah, it's the healing journey. It's a map to life. To keep it simple, black and white, straight to the point. No use of therapy, counseling, all this. What? Choose anywhere in my body. If it triggers you, especially a negative trigger, nice, sad, depressed, whatever, bitter, hateful. I don't know you from Adams. It's just the word of my body. It triggers you. Do you want to talk about it? You don't have to. That is your free will and choice. But guess what? I did my job. These words did their job. I just ruined your day, and I don't know you. And here's the best part: these words, these conversations, these languages have no feelings at all. So how's all the universes in the feelings about things that don't have no feelings at all? Make that make sense, and that'll be tied on my back eventually. What? What does that mean? Sad when I feel sad. Depressed when I feel depressed. Breakups do not worry about breakups. Rejection does not worry about rejection. Zombies addicts and addiction does not worry about becoming a zombie addicts and addiction. Beings do. Every fucking being in the whole universe is whatever you claim to be. Starseeds, lightworkers, Anunnakis. You worry about that shit. I used to worry about that. That's what I urge myself. I don't need a partner. I want a partner if they want to. Match energy. A and B, communication comprehension on both sides. It's two-sided relationship, not one-sided. Best as possible. Once again, I make it sound easy because I worked on myself. I don't need no universe. I'm a single father kids. I do co-parenting. I pay for it best as possible. So I tell all my kids, so you don't become your mother and father. You know, if you do start becoming us, I'm here to guide for warning you, so you don't be, so you don't find your face for too long. Cause I tell all my kids, you see my tattoo? Yeah, I'm your father. This is 39. Why 39? After your mom left me. And that's when I started the healing journey. I fell back. If I wanted to, 5 years ago, I could have done body hopping, whole face, fuck the universe, jump into a relationship right away. Oh, no, I want to figure this out. Obviously, I'm not the only one suffering. I'm not the only one losing my families and shit. There's gotta be a reason why we're all fucking up every which way. And quote unquote, higher selves can do for us. And that's factual. Why, especially you queens, why y'all suffering? Why do you stay by my side? Give me 1,000 chances, and that 1,000 chances can be 1 year, 30 years of your life. Till you finally leave my ass, and I fucking destroy the fuck out of you. Scenario, this is not even factual, but I emotional cheating, verbally abusive, cheating on you, all that bloodbath bullshit, and now you finally want to leave me, and that's why trauma bonds suck, initially, I will get in the box. I'm you. I gotta jump. Oh, okay, awesome, very awesome, hell yeah. But once again, and I say it respectfully. That's why it's a live positive, pay it forward. So I'm about to play some clips. And the cool thing about the clips, you don't see the person that's in my phone. It's a live podcast. I can invite anybody to the podcast. Anybody. And the cool thing is, remember, this conversation, they're just words. Me, as a being, I love to talk to anybody that's in the healing journey. I love to hear any podcast that's about the healing journey because I can learn from others. As a being healed. And once again, I believe they say this to trigger you to put fear in you. Because they'll put fear in you, I'm the one that put the cherry on top. They'll be like, the healing journey doesn't ever end. It's a lifelong journey. It's a lifelong process. I love saying this shit. If you want to believe that, I'm the one that put the cherry on top. I'm telling about it for reasons. Yo, kings and queens behind the stream. If you want to believe this shit, right, that the healing journey doesn't ever end, that's a lifelong journey, that means to your last dying breath, you won't ever let go of your exes, your past pain, toxic love, trauma. You will always have anxiety, depression, paranoia, PTSD, suicidal thoughts, low self-esteem, anger issues. You will always have triggers, overthinking, reactive use, deflection, projection, gaslighting, manipulation, traumas, and the cherry on top, insomnia. To your last dying breath. You're 20 years old hearing this shit, I just told you your future. What? Let's see it up to 100. That means for 80 years of your life, you will always be traumatized. You won't ever know what love is. And people will always use and abuse you. If you want to believe that, I pray for the universe. I go my day, go my life. I have compassion for the universe. I don't feel sorry for the universe. I don't have to. I'm very mindful. That's why I tell stories. What? I became healed. I let everybody go. That's my neck tattoo. All this exes, I haven't done against them. We're all on a journey, not a healing journey. The queens are more, my ex is more empathetic wise on the overall. There wasn't a healing journey, but we know the terminology. We don't have these conversations. We fucking bicker, bumped heads. Shit's flying, breaking, but I love you. Fuck all that. That's called toxic love. Some people like the Spanish culture, many cultures, the queens be like, toxic is good. I'm like, sure, in bed, TLC sex intercourse as adults, not as my partner, not on the streets, not on the kids. What the fuck? That's some ghetto ass bullshit. That is toxic love. I don't deal with toxic love at all. Why? There's zillion queens in the universe. Why would it's just about one? If it turns toxic, I know the door's right there. I love preaching about doors. What? Yo, king, queen, you see that door right there? You can leave whenever you want to. What's holding you back? And I get it, there's financial abuse, there's situations, understandable, there's circumstances, but that's why it's called red flags. Especially with queens, you could have been living a lot longer, or respectfully, not a lot wouldn't have happened to you if there was, a healing journey, real support teams, People think for one, I know you're just, you're lovey-dovey and shit. You don't see what I see, but that person, him, he's a fuck boy. Yes, you met at church, the hall, whatever, cool, but you don't see energy like I see energy. They are not good for you. But I'm here for you every which way. What's up, brother? Oh, love, how are you doing? Oh, I'm doing good. How's life? How's everything? How's your health? How's family? And I say respectfully. Remember this, actions speak louder than the words. I'm going to tatted either my back or somewhere, maybe on this arm. One of these arms. I'm trying to feel like steal my arms, right? So what you gonna call it? Because it's factual. I can say I love you, quote unquote, but I'm emotionally cheating. I'm verbally, emotionally, spiritually abusive. I am breaking shit. I am physically abusive. One black eye, two black eyes, but I love you. And I'm a fuck boy. But I love you. Any boy who's too narcissistic, they can verbalize, I love you. And I say respect. That's like a traditional saying. So you hear that shit, yeah, it makes you feel good. Great to hear. I am great. I'm happy to hear that, king, every which way. Like when I say to the queen, especially when your partner's too narcissistic, these bad boys, fuck boys, right? So when they say I love you, they love your lust. Your chest, love your peaches, your butt. What? That's what they smash you when they feel like it. And then when they give it to you, see, you feel good. Oh my gosh, there's love there. Yeah, my first baby moms. I'm the girl, too empathetic. Why? She's the guy, too narcissistic. And fuck it, I love saying this shit. Like I'm her partner, quote unquote. I can look, I can't touch. Everybody else, they can look, they can touch. I can't do shit with that. I won't ever do that shit again. I pray, but how manifest that one day magically higher source will change her ways. That she loves me like I love her. 12 years too fucking long. 3 daughters fucking deep. That's all my kids and everyone in general. Like yo. Kids in marriage will not make a relationship any better. You can put a band-aid every which way. If you want to join the baby mom, baby father divorce club, yo, I got milking cookies for you. I got stories for you. And when you sit in tears, yo, king, queen, I was you. You're my inner child. You're the original soul. I know exactly how you feel. I know it sucks. The family's falling apart. When the kids gonna fuck you up, when your kid asks you, where's mom at? Where's dad at? Why does mom and dad always come and go? Why you always fighting? You're not even together no more, but you always fighting. Why do you have all these people around you? Why do you have so many boyfriend girlfriends? That's why you gotta be very, very careful when you want to be a single parent. If it gets to becoming being a single parent and get involved with people, you gotta thank you, King, for the gift. You gotta break it down best as possible. Give yourself an ETA time. Like in my situation, like my daughters are older for the most part, right? So my boys are the youngest ones, all 5 of them. So if I ever bring a potential partner, like before they meet him, I want to get to know the potential partner, make sure he's empathetic on the overall, and then tell my baby mom's mother or boys, hey, there's a potential. All that good stuff, and then from there, wise, this is the part where it becomes a little like tricky because your ex doesn't have to approve of your partner, and from there, wise, like remember this, your ex can always like, and there's a phone for everybody out there, like your ex. Remember this, that's your ex for a reason. If they're on the healing journey or they're still on the healing journey, they have the right to talk to your new partner, and they can forewarn you. Like my last girlfriend 3.5 years ago, and I told her, hey, just to let you know. My ex Malaki and mother boys would talk to you, and she would tell you the old version of myself. So if you want to, you can believe what you're saying. We can talk about it which way. Remember this: before I met you, that is my old version of myself. When I was in a journey, not a healing journey. That's how I'm talking to you now. You're welcome. It is my joy to do. You deserve it. Thank you, King. I just thank you once every which way, and that's why I tell stories. Cause life's not. Life's not easy. But when you start the healing journey, more the waking woke journey, I promise you, 1,000 my tattoo. Life's pathetically easy with the cherry top. We're just all raising correctly. All? The big word all. What? If your mother, father, whoever your caregivers are, especially all your family, but keep it simple, your 4 walls, your parents, right? Keep it simple, caregivers, because I just say, I'm an orphan, cool, whoever raised you on the overall, right? That's why the term is called caregivers. If they're not teaching these terms, empath, narcissist, empathist, empath, narcissist, deflection, projection, gaslight, manipulation, trombone, soul ties, the healing journey, the awakening journey, woke journey, real support teams. Then guess what, boys and girls? All your family, like you was, or potentially you still are, you're all stuck on what? The generational cycle. Everyone, they fucking once stuck on that shit. That's where King jumped in the live yesterday. He's like, I think he said he was like 23. He's like, oh, you started your healing journey late. I go, yeah, my tattoo, King, is right there. It says 39. What? It's 39. Yeah, I did start it late, but it's not ever too late. But I tell everybody out there, when you start the healing journey, the younger the better. The younger the better, because when you started, when you're a little older, you'd be like, fuck, I wish I was younger. If my parents taught me, I wish did not exist. My parents, yo, they don't know this conversation. It's not ever too late, and that's what I do now. I just pay it forward. I was taught 5 years ago. It's my 6th season. I just pay it forward. No one has to comprehend me at all. You can all call me crazy. I don't care. The only person I need, chase, compete, submit, and need validation from who? The person mirror myself. I don't need validation from my kids, my ex and hubby, none of my family. Family, yes. Friends. I don't have friends locally. There's only certain people I talk to. I have a lot of associates. And then you guys behind the screen. What? Yo, this is my life. We're taught that being selfish is wrong. The sin is being too narcissistic. It's called healthy narcissism. The fuck it is. It's my life. If you don't got you, then who got you? Emotionally, the spiritually higher source? Cool. God's always by your side, say that. So physically, who's by your side? When you stand depressed, pray to God, higher source, whatever you want to. But you're still standing depressed. You have no physical being to talk to. Or if you talk to them, this is Japanese to them, like, yo, like, I'll be here, I'll listen to you, but I don't know anything you're telling me. I don't know what to say. Sometimes you don't have to say nothing. You can just be energy and presence, right? But it'd be nice someone to, like, hey, chill out. King, queen, I was you. You don't have to comprehend. Let me tell you a little story. This story is my personal story, or it could be like my situation. I've been doing this, once again, 5 years. So I'm going to say, the live podcast. I've in 5 years, I've been many queens, like, I don't know how many thousands of them, and some kings, and I just hear stories, their beliefs, spirituality, astrology, crystals. I mean, cool, king, queen. Nothing's wrong with higher source than you believe, but here the kicker. What are we talking about? These toxic love, broken, co-different relationships. You're still stuck on your ex. You go into divorces, trying to, this co-parenting. Yeah, that's raw real life. The physical body. Got to maintain the body best as possible. And that's where you got the two parts of the matrix. The physical matrix, and no one can beat the matrix at all. Nobody, not even the fucking elites. All you do maintain the job, money, car, home, physical. Now, what about the matrix in your fucking mental home? What? Emotionally, spiritually, how you doing with your matrix upstairs? You're physically fit, a gym brat. The queens, OnlyFans, BBLs, all that shit, cosmetically. So are you fucking emotionally, spiritually fit? Can you have these conversations? That's why I use my terminology. Boys and girls can't talk about their feelings because it's personal. And I get it, I respect your boundaries, but then you claim you say you want love, relations, marriage, and kids, but you don't want to talk about your feelings. I'm just to let you know, you have to comprehend this, but you're about to self-sabotage your relationship or accept bullshit by your side. You would pray by manifest. It's not going to work in your favor, because if higher source can do it for you, look at all your toxic ass family. Look at your parents that are toxic. How's that working out for them? Respectfully. Everyone has the exact same gifts every day above ground. And what is it? Whatever you claim to be, whatever spiritual, it doesn't matter. What is it called? Free will and choice. Everyone has the exact same two gifts every day above ground. Free will and choice. How many times back? I think like 2-3 weeks from now. Back of my neck, it's going to say every day above ground, we all have free will and choice. What are you choosing? What are you doing? To be empathetic? That nice guy, nice girl? To be narcissistic? The bad boy, bad girl, fuck boy, fuck girl? A premeditated choice. Where you are not changing, you are choosing. What? That'll be tatted back of my neck. So anyone that stands behind me and they read it, guess what? I plant seeds. They're just words. And they might potentially in Seattle. I know they should have in Seattle to ask me about it. What's that mean? That's your free one choice. We're talking right now. I don't gotta talk to you. You guys want my tattoo like you just did, sir, miss. And I gotta say, fuck you. My choice revealed to be narcissistic. The devil came out of me. I could point the finger at the devil. The devil made me cuss at you. Bullshit. Everyone can point the finger all you want. No. That's why I have a little tattoo of a little angel for higher source, a little devil for devil, Satan, Lucifer. Both of them talk to me, but what am I choosing? What am I doing? To be nice or to be mean? That is my free one choice, every which way. What's up, number one? How you doing? How's it going? And I say all respectfully. Are you happy, my dude? Oh, I'm blessed every day above ground. Are you happy? Every day above ground, I'm blessed. One more day to tell a story. That's all I do, tell stories for everybody out there. Especially once with the healing journey. And here's the best part, like for everybody, are you happy? That's a good question. As it being, do you know what happiness is? Do you know what love is? What's up, number one? What's going on? Unsure sometimes, as far as for yourself, I'm asking. And if you are unsure if you're happy, then what's taking your happiness from you? What is it or who is it? You gotta talk to you the best as possible. Like every time you have negative triggers, I'm sad, I'm depressed, I'm scared, bitter, hateful. Who caused it? What caused it? I know it's scary to talk about your feelings, especially talk to yourself. You know, like what? Yeah, if God is good, right? Cool, but are you good? What makes you happy? These live sessions. You know, every time I wake up from anything, if you ever see me as a physical being, right? You always see me praying when I'm walking, driving, power naps, eating. Why? I can praise my last meal and I choke on that shit. I can go for a drive. It's my last road trip therapy. That's why every day above ground, I got one more day to live, one more day to tell a story. No one's to comprehend me. I'm trying to live, as long as possible. If I can live 100 plus, about 200 years old, tell the same shit, same broken record. But I love telling the story because guess what? It's straight to the point. Straight to the point. Especially if you want love, quote unquote. I'm not religious at all. Oh, you don't have to be religious. You can be religious, spiritual, atheist, science, whatever term you want to use. But here's the kicker. I'm the one to remind you, like Buddha did, mind and body. I just found out 4 months ago that he preached that for 45 years of his life. Because I'm raised a Catholic, so when you answer respectfully, like when you're religious, spiritual, atheist, whatever these terms you use, right, these titles, like your parents, teacher, your caregivers, like, yeah, I'm a Catholic, quote unquote, so I can't vibe with Mormons, Jehovah's, spiritual people, Wiccans. That's wrong type of situation. So from there, wise, you want to evolve in life. Nothing wrong with God in the Bible type of situation, but if you talk to others, you hear people's stories, and nobody else can comprehend nobody at all. Yeah, it's their free one choice, Two seconds, guys. So once again, you don't have to be religious at all, but I care. Once again, like Buddha did, mind and body, and I do mind and body, and the person by your side. What? The person by your side. Because when you all want love and relationships, these relationships can make you, break you, they can destroy you. One person came in your life, you sold them a dream, they sold you a dream. And then everything you learned in life, you question it. Whatever your higher source is, every which way. Be cautious with that. So that's why I go live for everyone to tell stories and play clips. And then once again, it's a live podcast. No one's got to comprehend anything I'm saying. And here's the best part: when I play these clips, I'm not speaking. Somebody is. And then I played this queen last night. I think she goes by like Diary or something. She's a beast. I love poetry. I love music. But and I say respectfully. But here's the kicker: all these poets that are beasts, all these musicians that are beasts. The idea that they start the healing journey and they figure out what love is. If not, every time they give this story and toxic love, broken, codependent relationships, they're gonna make more poetry, more music. They'll go viral, make $1 billion fucking off their gift. But as a single being, they don't know what love is. Respectfully, in this lifetime, how many bodies are you going through to figure out what love is and comprehend it? And on top of that, can you handle rejection? Because no one's got to stay. They can leave whenever they want to, for whatever apparent reason, and then I have to talk to you respectfully. I view people who are religious as weak, not hating. They need something. Strong people don't care. They live. Oh, you can say most definitely wise. Everybody has their own beliefs every which way. You can be religious, spiritual, but here's the kicker: you can claim whatever you believe in, but how did magic is these bad boy, bad girl, phobic, fucker, too narcissistic? They sold you a dream. Make that make sense? You're a strong person, quote unquote, and someone ghosted you. Now you sound depressed, bitter, hateful. Fuck the universe. You question your self-worth. Yo, if you're a square, pathetic person, a loving person, whatever you believe you are, once again, good person, religious person, spiritual person, atheist person, right? And you did your best with the potential. Then you did your part. Try in your head, stop overthinking, overloving. Maybe I could have do all those scenarios in your head. $1 billion, they're not by your side no more. They ghosted you. It's over. But now you beat yourself up. Like, no, you get abandoned like a fucking porn star. Give them $1 billion. It's not you, it's them. That's why anyone can leave, anyone can cheat whenever they want. They can ghost you. That is their free one choice. But the intent is not to question your self-worth. That's why if you can't rejection, you have a lot of healing to do. No one's got to stay. But once again, I call everybody out. If you're the circles, right, my tattoos, all you boys and girls too narcissistic, you're the bad boy, bad girl, phobic, fuck girls, especially the worst ones, all you zombies, ass and addiction, you're not a good person. What? You're not a good person. A little bit of good, a lot of bad. You can say higher source, be like, no. My tattoo, God is good up here, but are you good? Roll my shoulders, what? God is good, but are you good? Are you living the life of higher source, whatever you believe in? It can be science, I don't give a shit what you believe in. Positivity, love, no, then you're not a good person. You have a lot of healing to do, respectfully, Focus, you wake up and focus on, that's the intent. What's the number one? How you doing? Welcome to the live.
I have a question.
Go for it.
based on relationship, right?
Yeah.
Um, and you're the coach, as always. And we spoke before, you know what I'm
Yeah, yeah,
saying?
yeah. I
So,
remember you. How you doing, Queen?
yeah, I remember you. You know me. I always come through. I love your panel, not just you, but every platform,
Oh, thank you,
right?
Queen. Yeah, thank you.
Uh, you're welcome. So, what do you call people who wanted to be in a relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when they messed up, you wanted to remove yourself from them, right?
Okay.
And then they beg you for chances, and when you give them another chance, I don't like they don't change. They do. It's like a repeated cycle,
Right.
right? It's like a repeated
Yeah,
cycle,
yeah.
and they don't want to change. And
Correct.
then it's like you keep giving them chances and
Chances.
chances, and then they don't want to change,
Mm-hmm.
but they want to make you the bad guy, like you did something wrong, or like what you call those kind of people?
What's the name? What's the name doing? Oh, so okay. When you guys go through breakups, right? Break up multiple times.
Uh-huh.
They cheat on you, cheat multiple times, but y'all go back to each other. That is called a trauma bond. You don't want when you become stuck on trauma bonds, you give them 1,000 chances, right? And they'll say
Uh-huh.
initially, I want to work it out. I'll change. They might change for a day or two, a week, but they go back to the old ways.
So,
So,
exactly.
but here's the kicker. So, like, especially you queens, that's very respect because it's about terminology. So you'd be like, babe, if you love me, you'll change for me. So we will change for you. We do change for you. The downfall is we're people pleasing. Why do you think we change for you for whatever time, a day, a week, a month, and then we go back to our old ways? And when you tell, hey, babe, you were doing so good. Why you go back to your old ways? Now, what am I tell you? I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out, but I'll try again harder because I'm trying to change for you. I did not change for myself. That's why it's terminology, the intensity, like, babe. First and foremost, you don't change for me. You change for yourself. First and foremost, you change for our relationship to progress forward in life. If you don't, which that's your free one choice, you see that door right there? Give them an ETA time, like 10 days from now. Like my situation, I'll be nice. If you're not too narcissistic, I'll give you 30 days. What, babe? 30 days from now, just to let you know. See that door? I told you day one. I don't need you in my life. I want you in my life. That door right there is for both of us. I can leave. You can leave. So you change for yourself first and foremost, and then for our relationship to progress forward. If you don't, which is your free one choice, I'm leaving. And let's say scenario she too traumatized my neck tattoo of her ex, she could be like, well, my exes they say the same thing, and they can't. We come back all the time. I go, yeah, and I had to buy a neck tattoo. I'm not your exes. I'm today now the present. Here's the best part. I worked on myself, so you don't have to believe me. And remember this: nobody has to believe nobody. But in my situation, I love saying the scenario. Let's say I tell her 30 days from now, right? I remind her, hey, babe, we're 20 days in, babe. One more day, and she can look at me like not say nothing. She doesn't have to comprehend me, right? And let's say it hits the next day, same routine. I leave, I go to work, I could take my stuff or leave my stuff, and then go to work and not ever come back home. Let's say scenario, I usually get home at 7 p.m. So it hits 7, I'm not home. She texts me, babe, where you
So
at? you know?
right, definitely, yeah. And then it's if it's gonna be a repeated cycle for like I would say 8 times, then it's time for me to move on because
Facts.
that is not healthy.
Correct.
It's not healthy. So like you pretty much messing me up and you don't want to change.
Take
So
it.
basically, like
Mm-hmm.
you never wanted to be there from the beginning. So you don't want to change for you. You don't want to change for the better of the relationship.
Correct.
So it is time for me to
Choose yourself.
move on at
Correct.
the best, right?
That's
And
the
then
intent.
it's even more crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's even more crazy when he come back around and say, "Please don't block me. Please don't block me. Please this and please that." And for me, I'm the type of female like, why would I keep you around in my circle if you wanted it to be that way? I'm not one of those females that I don't chase. I'm better. Like I know who I am. And for people, I feel like it's just toxic. It's narcissist. It's people need to heal. People that are maybe it's still some drama in the past that
Yeah.
he need to work on, and he's not really fully ready.
Correct.
Because
Correct.
we can say we're ready to be with somebody,
Verbalize.
but when we in that relationship,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, oh shit, she read me through my teeth. Like,
Right.
oh man, know what I mean?
Oh yeah, most definitely. That's why a lot of you queens are more empathetic wise, and you see through us, and that's the reason why like when you lock eyes with people, it's scary. Like boys and girls, my situation, boys and girls are narcissistic. I don't give a fuck how beautiful exotic she is cosmetically wise. We lock eyes. She knows she can't sell me a dream, at all. Especially when we start speaking. Like that's how my tattoo. Like I won't ever fall for a girl from the ghetto hoods, or even from the suburbs. Let's say she's rich, famous, all good. She'll be a queen, cosmetically beautiful. I already know 1,000. Everybody sees what I see, but that's cosmetics. If I date you as a potential, I date your mind. What? I know it's Japanese. What do you mean? Because your mind tells your mouth to move, have this conversation. And then your mind asks any part of your body for advice of life. What? Yo, boobs, I'm standing pressed. What do I do? Hey, peaches, I got PTSD. What I do? Hey, butt, I'm in a toxic. What I do? Fucking crickets. Your mind is strong with titanium, which we like a piece of paper. So I'm healed. I worked on myself. I don't deal with toxicity. If you want to self-sabotage your life and hurt your own self trying to involve me, you can do this. But to let you know, day one, babe, the potential right there, the door's right there. What? The door's there for both of us. Please do not accept me in your life. If I'm too much for you, my energy's too strong, you can ghost me. You can cheat on me. I don't need you. I want you. There's a zillion queens in the universe. Why is this about you? One. Make them make sense. What? Look around you. I know everyone in this is broken, but that's why you start the healing journey. You can say you're on a healing journey, but here's a kicker. Why would you want to shoot your shot respectfully? You know, cosmetically, yes, but here's the kicker. Your body is lust. You can get pleasure, and after that, then what? You're staying, I'm staying, you're leaving, I'm leaving. What's happening? That's where rejection is protection every which way. Every which way. As it being, I don't deal with toxicity at all. I have a question. Oh, yeah, please ask away. I love questions, you know? And that's the shit for everybody out there. Like, you got to figure out what love is. Do you know what love is? Do you comprehend what love is? If you knew what it was, I promise you 1,000, you will not be in this toxic love, broken, quarter relationship. If it becomes toxic, you know the door's right there. I love you, babe, but I love myself more. I got to go. What? You have a lot of healing to do, you know? What's up? How you doing? How's it going to live? I want a guy's perspective, but don't be biased. No, go for it, go for it. You know, once again, like, I'm an open book. I see on the overall rich way, and there's so many scenarios, but I'm not saying all men, all women, for the most part, a lot of you queens are more empathetic. Y'all do what? A, communication, B, comprehension. Us men and boys are narcissistic. We do what? A, communication. And when your queen's like, he's not, no, queen, he is listening, he is hearing, he's watching you, studying you, he's not comprehending you. Why do you think in toxic relationships we bicker about the exact same subject, word for fucking word? Because whatever you know as one being, and you know, you study, you comprehend it, researched it, what are you doing? A, communication, B, comprehension as one being. Whomever you're speaking to, they're hearing you as communication, they don't comprehend. That is their free one choice, you know? So my boyfriend doesn't let me post myself at all, but I don't even doing it. But I've been doing it before him, and he thinks I'm. You talk about Jose? Oh, X? Oh yeah, I love X. Yeah, that's my boy. That's my. That's the beautiful king, man. That's a tree of life. And it has 20 in the side. Why 20? If you're 20 years old and younger, teach me anything positive in life. And respect and say this: I'm older than you. 1800 to 744. I've heard higher source. Other than higher source, teach me something positive in life. You know. Like X was doing. He was, you know, he was trying to change his life, but here's the kicker: Drake and these fucking weak ass, fucking alphas, machistas, nursing energy member elites took him out because he was fucking changing the universe, and he still is to this day. That's a cool thing when you have like social media. He had a voice, he had followers every which way, you know. But he wasn't around how he doing it going. But when it comes to that part, here's the kicker. So that's a good conversation. So like this scenario, what I preach about, I say there's a potential partner, right? And before I met her, my situation has a potential. Check it out. Like, I want to get to date you, get to know you as a being, right? And I date not just you. Traditional ways, it's just you and I. That's it. Cosmetic, two people. No. I date your universe. What? Before I met you, what were you doing in life? You know, what's your universe type of situation? Let's say you're a selfie queen. You see a lot of flesh. As one being, I don't care about that. I'm not jealous at all. Because that's a scenario you want. There's man versus woman. There is no comparison. Especially with social media. A queen's DM versus a man's DM, no comparison. She's got 100,000, millions of DMs, potentials, options. Yeah, I have more of the males because I worked on myself, right? So there's no comparison. But here's the kicker: do you know your partner? Can they control their lust? Can you control your lust? You know. I'm in France. Can we talk on DM about all? Oh yeah, for sure, Queen. Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, no. Once again, I love X. Like, he was doing good. And the cool thing about the live podcast, I can use AI. I play his clips here and there, which I'll start, paying it more. And then I just pay it forward every which way. You are loved. Have a great night. Likewise, Neb. Likewise. Because once again, he was doing good. And here's the cool thing about him. You have to get rebated, man. It's just hair. After being, it's just hair. I don't care. They're just braids. I already braided like last week. I don't really take care of them, and I don't care. It's just the body. This vessel, this avatar, is just the body. You gotta take care of the body so the body takes care of you, and that's the physical. You can be a gym rat, so you're physically fit. Are you mentally fit? You know, you dress nice and pretty, but inside, do you take care of yourself every which way? No. You have a lot of healing to do, respectfully. And here's the best part. How do I speak to you? Your mind. Your mind tells your mouth to move, have the words come out of you. You know that, right? I mean, why can't you be both? Be both as far as what? Mind and body? That's why it's balanced, the yin and yang, as one being, every which way. As the being, I don't dress to impress for nobody at all. I just pay it forward, tell stories. I don't care about I don't need people's validation. You can all call me crazy. I don't care. Why? I don't give a shit about words. Words are irrelevant every which way. You know, respectfully. That's why I'm gonna tell my back. These words, these conversations, these languages have no feelings at all. So how's all the universes and their feelings about things that don't have no feelings at all? Make that make sense? What? Nobody says that. I'm gonna get that shit out of my back. And eventually make sure to hoodies. When people are like, what does that mean? Let me elaborate, because I know it sounds like Japanese, right? So sad when I feel sad. Breakups whenever they go through breakups. Child trauma does not worry about child trauma. Rejection does not worry about rejection. The triggering one, zombies, added to addiction, do not worry about becoming a zombie, added to addiction. We fucking beings do. All you aliens, reptilians, starseeds, whatever team you want to believe that you are. You worry about it every which way. I promise you that. I guarantee you that, I believe there's other beings out there. I guarantee if ET took me to their realm, their universe, that'd be cool. I know you have technology. How'd you pick me up on Earth? But I guarantee when I go to your planet, your universe, all my tattoos, oh, look at you're about with technology, but look at that. Toxic families, that's a Debbie mother, that's a Debbie father, that's a fuckboy, that's a fuckgirl. Look at that. That's an alien, quote unquote, right? And they're a zombie addict and addiction. But you have technology, so you guys haven't figured out life yet. So you're just on a journey. You're not on a healing journey. It doesn't matter what you claim to be, where you're from, this lifetime, next lifetime. As one being, why are you struggling with your mental health? Especially you queens, respectfully. How do you have a football by your side? Why do you have toxicity by your side? A zillion kings in the whole universe, do you think everyone's broken? No one's evolving? Respectfully, That's what I preach to the fullest. It's the person by your side. What? You can preach higher source, money, power, and fame, but magically somebody sold you a dream. How? Why? Make them make sense. And everything, the big word all, everything starts with love. Everything all does. Friendships, co-workerships, family and friends, right? But then it goes to toxic love. When they go to toxic love, when the red flags happening, when they're passing boundaries, that's the thing to figure out why that happens so it doesn't happen again. And the triggering comment, all this negative shit that happened to you for the most part, you allow it to happen to you, not comma, not knowing. What do you mean? I allow it to happen. Let's figure out together what happened to you. That's why we don't preach about for the most part. Some magnetic queens are going about, empath narcissists. A lot of you queens for the most part, empathetic wise, and you do want love. You're not just fucking phenomenal. I know you want to give love. The downfall, you go with us, man, aka boys narcissistic. We're not talking about feelings to have these conversations. That's why you're the housewife. If we bump heads, it's called relationships, right? You're my partner relationship, which I don't have a partner. Let's say I did. We're bumping heads. I got fucking coworkers and shit. There it is. I got the housewife. I got the work wife. For party kick it, I got the club wife. I got wives everywhere nowadays. For the most part, what does everybody do? Respectfully, play the role and tell a sob story, And we fucking vent to people. You tell these people it's platonic, no passing boundaries, or you start catching feelings, and they think they're the one. And especially when you're like trying to give people advice to pay it forward, quote unquote. But they're involved with somebody. They want to break up, divorce, baby mom, baby father. Don't get involved in that shit. If you know they're involved, try to control your feelings as possible. You just don't want to get involved in their situation, because if they're going through a breakup, a divorce, and especially the parents who are narcissistic, especially in the ghetto hoods and shit, you might not be here tomorrow, or they'll whoop your ass type of situation. I'm about to read some a Facebook post. I don't know too much detail. If I wanted to, I could research, But my situation, I just based off the picture, the small story, the way it happened. I'm part of the Spanish culture, and I'm not in the Spanish culture. All you Hispanic Spaniards, you queens, yo, you switch your own race. If you, all you brown girls, right? All you Spanish queens, Hispanic Spaniards, you keep dating, stick to your own race. Do that. To put free in the positive, 80% brown boys, there's your fucking problem. 80% brown boys are fuck boys. 80%, 80%. That's my number to put free in you. That's why I see to my one-on-ones, any face to face behind the screen. It's the Spanish queens. Yo, queen, just, I'm curious to know. I typically ask in the beginning, curious to know what your boyfriend, girlfriend is, whatever, right? What are they into? Oh, they're Hispanic, they're Latino, Spaniard. Oh, queen, there's your problem. You're dating a brown boy. They're fuck boys. 80% are fuck boys. You're a brown boy. I'm a brown man. I was a boy. I worked on myself. I'm paying it for you. You don't comprehend me, but I'll elaborate every which way. And from there, what's gonna happen? What's up, Erica? How you doing, queen? And I say respectfully, you know. You good? Thank you. How you been? How was your weekend? How's your week started? Oh, good, good. Thank you. But real fast.
You say that you like him.
So I'm playing a clip real fast. It's poetry. I love poetry every which way. And the cool thing about poetry, they're just words. If the words trigger you, talk to yourself, why and how. And that's why I love poetry, because it's beautiful, it's exotic, it's fucking, people are beasts with the words. I can't really articulate my words to do poetry. Music, trust me, if I could, but I can't, I don't know how to. I would have been viral 5 years ago. This healing journey, empath, narcissist, this important words, keywords in the universe, I would have been a billionaire 5 years ago, especially the queens. But I don't know how to put words together like that at all. I don't know how. This poetry is not my gift. Music is not my gift, but I love poetry. I love music because the best part, they're just words. And if it hits hard, talk to yourself. Why and how does it hit hard? Who did you think of? What did you think of? You know? And the best part, it's just someone speaking, someone doing poetry, someone doing music. It's not your story, it's their story. I'm sorry, number one? Okay, I'll play anyways.
Your idea of perfect is a girl with blonde hair, so when you say that you like me, I look at you with a confused stare. Because I used to have highlights. I used to hate that my hair got dark brown. I used to wish to be blonde, just like I wished for my hair to be straight when I wore it down. I used to wish for a lot of things, like not being second choice, like not being afraid of public speaking, like being more comfortable using my voice, like always being perfect, like always being completely okay, like always giving the benefit of the doubt. But you know what? I'm tired today. Your idea of perfect is somebody who looks nothing like me. And she is absolutely beautiful, but that kind of perfect, I will never be. I used to wish to be invisible because I was sick of wishing to be seen. I used to wish to be like the girls whose aesthetic was the right kind of clean. I wish to be wanted for more than just a second of time. And then I wish to not be wanted again because your idea of perfect is nothing like mine. And I don't want to dilute myself to make your drink seem more clear, easily digestible, say exactly what you want to hear. Like, I'm so honored that you want me. I mean, what would I have done? If your standard of beauty was a competition, I mean, I definitely wouldn't have won. So thank you so much, really, for giving me just the time of day. No, honestly, I'm so grateful. Is that what you wanted, expected me to say? Your idea of perfect made me want to go and dye my hair, until I realized my perfect would memorize curl routines and just because he actually cares.
Deep shit, beautiful. And that's the intent, not to be like, when someone forewarns you, check out. There was a queen on the locally wise, right? And I said respectfully, I told her, as well, I know she's a beast. I love her poetry. Her name is let me look on IG. Let me see real fast. I might have it here. For sure, I'm gonna have it. It's like, let me say under poetry. Potentially under poetry. Oh, it's poetry by Celia. So she's been viral for like, I've been following her for like 3 years on TikTok, IG, and I love, she's the, once again, I say respectfully, like, and I would love to speak to her, chill out, queen. I'm just let you know you have to comprehend this, but if you keep dating brown boys, just to let you know, you don't comprehend, 80% of brown boys are fuck boys. The hard workers, they don't work on the relationships. They work on their friendships, co-workerships, all that, but not as a partner. What's the number one you doing? Going respectfully, and that's the shit. How you doing, King? So, but you keep doing your poetry. That's beautiful. You'll make $1 zillion on this platform. The downfall is you're gonna keep destroying yourself because you're gonna pray about manifest that this boy changes his ways and he's a fuck boy and he loves God.
Hey,
What's
hey,
up? Uh huh.
hey. I was just watching, we're just watching everything in school.
The what?
My bad.
You good?
My bad.
You good? But anyways, what you gonna call it? So that's a shit. So I just respectfully, I don't have to block people, but like I don't deal with boys. Like they'll jump out here. I'll be patient. I'm very patient. I'm to the fullest. But if you have anything positive to say respectfully, like cool, you're smoking a cigarette. Like I'm surprised you haven't got banned yet or got forewarned. Cool, and no one to speak. And I say respectfully at nighttime. That's what I say. That saying to feed somebody at night, especially on social media. Fucking toxic as a fuck. Especially on Beagle. Beagle is the top out of all the apps that I've been on here. That I've noticed, Beagle is the most toxic app. I try to be supportive of other people's platforms, other live sessions. There's just a bunch of OnlyFans begging and boys and girls fucking begging for beans, and then from there, wise like any female that goes in the fucking live session, there's boys here, they want to fucking court them, and that's my girlfriend. They fucking love bomb. That's fucking all crazy bullshit. Like whoa, I'm trying to be supportive. Like there's no positive on Beagle. Like don't mention God, right? Cool, Allah, Buddha, but then the comments in the boxes. My God's better than your God. I'm like, gosh, damn, look at that. That's my point being. Like, that's why I just go live. If you invite me to your live, I'll go to your live and be supportive. You're a positive person. But in general, like, I try to be supportive, but it's people at each other's throats. But they claim higher source. I'm going to remind you, like, don't say higher source if you're fucking not respectful, I got booted, really? It's okay. Send her to me on IG. Oh, the boy? So happy I feel from that state. Yeah, that's beautiful. Heck yeah. Be right back. Two seconds. I gotta get these puppies out. I have these puppies. Be right back. Oops. Sorry guys, I've been for babies then. But anyways, whatchamacallit, yeah, awesome poet. I love poetry. I don't have the money part to reach and talk to her, like just to warn you don't comprehend this, but that's why I talk to brown culture. Other queens like, oh, well, queen, that's your problem. You're a brown boy. Like my hunger locally wise, I tell you, you're a queen, you're a woman in the healing journey. There's another queen from Spokane. 3 hours from me wise. I know of her through Facebook, through dating app wise. We've been talking about her for like, I don't know, 6-7 months. Cool individual, good individual, on the healing journey. I tell you, you're still watching this state. You're the only two women, queens. I call you women. Healing journey. There's beautiful boys and girls. I didn't say men and women. They all look at me. I'm the devil in their eyes. They don't hurt my feelings, but here's the kicker: they'll suffer the long way, and you can be caught up in God. Well, God got me. God will change my ways. God will save my partner. If that's factual, quote unquote, on both sides in toxic relationships, look at your toxic ass families. Still together, behind closed doors, miserable as fuck. So if God can do it for you and your partner, what about your parents? Your toxic ass aunties, uncles, your toxic grandparents. Look at your father, uncle, older male cousins, and grandfather being fuckboys and they love God. Jesus, Allah, Buddha, Muhammad. Actions speak down the words every which way. That's why I'm gonna tell my baggage and say, how can you be a narcissistic bully dash racist and think you are a good person, a religious person, a spiritual person, a atheist person? Make that make sense. You're good for the streets, comma, toxic love. You're not good for homes, comma, love. Respectfully, shots fired. What? That me tatting my back. It makes you make shirts and hoodies. So that's why anyone that's too narcissistic, the bullies or the racists, be like, yo, in your household, you're toxic love. You are the problem in your household. I know that. I don't even know you. I know your energy. Everyone is robotic. What? Everybody, either too empathetic, are you nice and naturals? You're too narcissistic. Are you bagophobic fuck girls? And the worst ones, all you zombies, addicts and addiction. I only see 3 categories, 3 codes, and that's it. I don't see color. I don't see race. Higher source, whatever you believe in. Cool. You just preach all this positive stuff, but look at the way you live in your life. You can say I love people, but you mistreat your partners, you mistreat your kids. Maybe that's your love. That's called toxic love because you're traumatized. That's my neck tattoo. You got child trauma. So that's why I call everybody out. I don't give a shit who you are, what you claim to be, what your status is. You can have 1 billion followers. I'll challenge you and all your billion followers. Jump in the box. What? Don't be shy now. What are you scared of? Oh, my conversation as adults? And all you boys and girls, stay behind the screen. Be a keyboard warrior. Run from the conversations. But you just told me you have followers, status. That's why I'll challenge anybody in a positive manner. And it's not even about being right. Because all I preach is about raw, real life, raw, real feelings. These toxic love, broken, codependent relationships. The kids are about co-parenting. And then what? The healing journey, the awakening journey, the awakened journey, eventually woke journey. That's all I preach about. Word for fucking word. That's all I talk about in these clips. It's all about fucking feelings. If you don't want to work on your feelings, that is your free will choice. But don't say you want love and you don't want to work on your feelings, the healing journey. Because you're a toxic love. Everything you touch, you will destroy not knowing. You will sabotage relations not knowing. If your partner's more empathetic wise in the healing journey, more healed than you are, don't be surprised when they reject you and they get to believe like, damn, like in the beginning, we all say the same shit. Everything starts with love. Don't matter if it's 1 day, a minute, or an hour. Then it goes to toxic love. When did it go to toxic love? And I preach about doors. Yo, king, queen, you see that door right there? It's there for everybody. I can leave, you can leave. Can you handle rejection? Because rejection protection, no one has to stay at all. That is their free one choice. Are you ready for that? If not, you have a lot of healing to do. A lot of healing to do.
If you belong to anything, if you belong to anything, you cannot find God. I'm born Jewish, but when I went to synagogue, I laughed my head off because it sounds so stupid. And I said, "This is religion? Thank you, no thank you." And my friend and I just couldn't help but laugh. Blah, 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 blah. It's not religion, nor is any other similar religion a religion. Religion comes from within. Every single one of them is mesmerized by religion, this religion, that religion. It all depends on who gets you first. They're stupid.
The origin of my knowledge is God. God. What God? What knowledge is any good but that? I free people from cults. I free people from culture. I free people from the bondage of their drugs and their religions. Because religion becomes an opiate too. I'm not saying that religion doesn't have a value, but a religion has become abused.
Sure, you can comment every which way. That's why as a being born as a Catholic, right? Welcome back, Bayan. born as a Catholic, but I say that time my back, I forgot one of them, Muhammad. Eventually, I'll add to it, right? But as it be when I pray to God, Jesus, Allah, Buddha, Muhammad, the universe, the spiritual, my ancestors, our ancestors. Because I don't know. I'm born as a Catholic. I can say God, but I use the word idea and faith. I don't know. But I'll vibe with anybody. You could be atheist. Science, cool. But I care about you as one being, your feelings. If you're doing your healing journey, you're working your mental health. Because you can be physically fit. You can brag about everything man-made. I'm happy for you, king, queen. Yes, you're talking about your $1 billion, money, power, and fame. But when you go home, and the shit you post on social media, how you sound depressed when you're a billionaire. And to trigger everybody, all you elites, quote unquote, money, power, and fame, right? So especially social media, all young cats, are viral. You're 15 years old, fucking viral, right? And you're sad and depressed. To 18 years old, 20 years old, you keep it 15 years old. You're a zombie and addict to addiction, but you're fucking viral. You got more status than I do, but you're sad and depressed. There's the problem. So you want to talk about your feelings? You don't have to at all. If you want to say that God can do for you, if that's facts, you're looking like a toxic family. If you're magically special, you're the only one, then I would love to meet you. And the intent that you won't ever be in toxic love, broken codependent relationship, no one saw your dream. You want to be sad and depressed because God did it for you magically. It's highly impossible you're sad and depressed again. In this lifetime at 39 years old, my tattoo, I started my healing journey, my awakening journey, awakening the last hardest one, woke journey. I'm not a victim, I'm not a warrior, I'm a survivor. That's all versions of myself. I'm woke now, I just tell stories. And I call everybody out. When people tell me, only God can judge me, everybody has the right to judge everybody. I judge everybody. I'll see squares, empathetic people, higher source people, love, circles, toxic people, every which way. And then what? Zombies, addicts, and addiction. I see 3 people, 3 codes. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less, Do you believe in God? I believe in higher source. God, Jesus, Allah, Buddha, Muhammad, the universe, spiritual, your ancestors. Yeah, I believe in that. As a being, I use the word idea and faith. I don't know. I'm going to sit there and debate about things I don't know respectfully. Why should I? It's a waste of my energy, Respectfully. Hey, what's up, girls? How you doing, King? And I say respectfully. Because whatever you believe in is cool, but here's the kicker. You have higher source, right? And magically, somehow, someone saw you a dream, and now you're in a broken toxic love, and a toxic love broken codependent relationship. Make this shit make sense, Please send me coins. Really? You're begging for $1? I just go live. I'm a host, quote unquote. So I'm Bigo. When you hear I'm a host, I'm in a family, you guys think I'm making money off these platforms. I don't make money. It'd be nice to get paid for what I do, but I don't make money. I just go live, I tell stories, I play clips, and that's it, Nothing more than less. If I made money out here, you would see me here fucking every day. I'd be getting paid for I'm not getting paid for this. But that's why I challenge everybody. Teach me something positive that I don't know about life. Respectfully. And it's not about being right. I'm not better than you. I would just love to hear about your perspective and your beliefs. And especially with your feelings. Because I care about you as a feeling. Please, I need your help. Please send me coins. Well, today I have money, power, and fame. I can help you, but I don't have money, power, and fame. And I say respectfully, don't beg. Begging? You can beg all you want. That's why I say respect these platforms. You have people from third countries that, they follow you, they DM you, they send pictures of the family, kids, whatever. They're begging for $1. Like, I tell them, yo, I'm a single for 8 kids. I'm screaming by a rich way, So, if I can help you, I'll try to help you, but I can't, respectfully. So, stop begging for $1. What's that, number one? What account are you getting those on? Oh, Bigo, B-I-G-O, the app. Bigo's like...
Bro, hello.
What's up? What's going on, number one?
I'm good. And you?
Good, thank you.
Nice to meet you once again, man.
Likewise.
So tell me, where are you from?
You find
Seattle, Washington, United States. How about yourself?
What do you say?
Seattle, Washington, United States, America. Japanese. It's cool.
American?
It's cool, King. It's language barrier. Don't worry about it, brother. It's good.
Whoa.
Sorry, guys. I'm very, very appreciative which way, but I'm not gonna stop the live session because it's language barrier. I know I speak fast. I have an accent. I was trying to speak slower, but I'm gonna sit there and it's gonna be a very, very basic conversation because of language barrier. Hi, how you doing? America, cool. I'm from Africa, New Zealand, cool. Basic conversations, and then stay quiet. Crickets. Then what? Okay, are you getting trolled at all on other TikTok? TikTok, not for the most part. You know, the boys get triggered. It's cool. If they pull my stuff, they pull my stuff. You know, but if you want to control them, for sure. But it's mainly Bigo. Bigo is the one that you have your trolls in the overall. Me as a bit, I love trolls. I love to bully bullies every which way because the best part is, first and foremost, behind the screen, if a nobody can hurt you with words and get you your feelings, you have a lot of healing to do. I'm a nobody to you. I don't know you from Adams. Let's say you build a friendship, potential partnership, awesome. But here's the kicker: keep it simple. I don't know you, right? You don't know I. There's no history type of situation. But you read someone's comment, you're at someone's live, someone's post triggers you. Talk to yourself. Why and how do I feel the way I feel? Hey, what's up? How you doing, Sammy? How you doing, Queen? Respectfully. Worry about who are somebody's physical beings that you know that traumatize the fuck out of you. Your parents, your bullies, your exes, your kids, whoever the fuck it is. Worry about somebody's physical beings that you know. Try not to worry about nobody's. We're just cyber people who technically don't exist at all. At all, to form you every which way. That's what my situation. The second line is not my line. A queen from Vigo. Hey, you doing good, Queen? How you been? How's life? How's the kiddos? You know, that Queen from Vigo last year, and you know she came in my life twice. She DM'd me. I haven't seen her. Remember this? On these platforms, people will come and go. It'd be nice that people stay, but no one has to stay everywhere to phone you, right? So, like, you know, everybody out there, I love saying this shit. Eventually, it's very tatted on me, but eventually I'm gonna add it to, make sure to hoodies and shit. So it says, solid bullies out there, right? Something to say. If there's a bully in the box, before the block, I'm about to say that you need my tattoo. It says, all you bullies, cyber bullies, keyboard trolls, your mother should have swallowed you. The universe would be better without you. On my back it says, don't call yourself a good person, a religious person, a spiritual person, an atheist person. If you know you are doing wrong, you're good for the streets, you're good for nothing, but pseudo garbage respectfully. Hey, what's up, how you doing, Queen? And respectfully wise, I love to bully bullies. And people like these therapists, counselors, psychologists, psychiatrists, they'll be like, that's wrong, that's being narcissistic. It's called healthy narcissism. It's called reverse psychology. I match energy. Because when I hurt you, if you're trying to hurt me, you can't hurt me. And the person that they're bullying, they're trying to bully, that's the old version of myself. So I love to bully bullies. And from then when I call you out with your shit, you don't like that shit. It don't bother me none, but other people won't like that. So you stop doing your bullshit, I'll stop doing my bullshit. Here's the best part. I'm a nobody to you behind the screen. You can block me, you can run whenever you want to. You are loved. Thank you, likewise, you know? And this clip right here is from Johnny Chang. Religious talk, I love, once again, Johnny Chang, I love to hype him up. He's a beast. I love the way he speaks when it comes to like the Bible, religion, God, Jesus. He buys more of Jesus, like he says, he's a follower of Jesus. He's not a Christian, Catholic, Jehovah. He just says, I'm a follower of Christ, and that's it. Everybody has own terminology. For him saying that on these platforms, he's getting shitted on every which way. These people, all these religious people are trying to come after him. Like, what? You're religious people, and beef with the person talks about God, Jesus, and the Bible, quote unquote. Everyone has their own terminology. Everyone's speaking. Make that shit make sense. What's up, Sam? How you doing, Queen? Welcome to the live.
Hey, hi.
How's it going?
Hi.
Hey, how you doing, Queen?
Yeah. Nice to see you, sir.
I'm sorry?
I said nice to see you, sir.
Oh, you too. But I'm gonna play a clip really fast from Johnny Chang. It says, "You are mistaking love for lust." And remember this: everybody has their own terminology. Okay?
Okay. Wait, okay. This again?
That's a man of God that's handsome. Isn't that lust? No. Attraction is natural. That's a man of God that's handsome. Isn't that lust? No. Attraction is natural. How do you determine if it's desire versus lust? Desire in itself is not a bad thing, but unchecked desire would then turn into lust. Desire is essentially something that is surrendered to God. You can have desire. That's not the issue. You can have attraction. For example, attraction is normal. If it's not submitted to God, if it's not something that's bringing you closer to God, that's when it becomes a problem. But humans are very physical, you know what I'm saying? The first thing we judge somebody is what we see. Yes. How do you determine the line of you see a pretty girl and you're like, oh, I desire her, or I lust her, but obviously it's you're looking at her only physically. It's you don't know anything about her. her. And if you look at her and you like her, that to me seems more lustful than desire, because it's like, oh, no? No.
Attraction is natural. Love is sacrificial. Lust is selfish, right? So lust objectifies somebody. Love honors somebody.
I'm just going to use you as the case study. Because,
okay.
Yeah, let's say there's somebody that is like, oh, that guy is objectively good looking.
Okay.
And then they're like, oh my gosh, he's a man of God, and he has tattoos, and he's a bad boy turned good. Oh my.
Shut the podcast
Hey,
off right
I'm
now.
painting a scenario that's true. How do you draw the line, though, if they're like, that's a man of God that's handsome? Isn't that lust, or what is that? Because
You have to ask this follow-up question. Are you getting something from this, or are you giving something from this? If you're...
And once again, everybody.
That's ridiculous.
Say it again.
Honestly, so. See, I'm part of the military, so I call you sorry. That's a big.
Oh, you good?
But that shit was fucking ridiculous. Just saying.
Well, once again, like that's why everybody has their own terminology way. It's like love and lust, right? So, like for me personally, as it being like lust, if nothing about looking, right? But when you're staring and gawking, that's especially if you can't control your lust. That means in your eyes, everybody be you'd be lustful. No matter what, they'll all be younger, beautiful cosmetically. Every culture, every nationality, every being as a vessel, right? But if you quote unquote you love your partner, right? Or there's a potential wise, are you trying to be with them because you love them as a potential partner for love as a relationship, or is it because you're lusting because they're good looking, tattoos, $1 billion, whatever the fuck it is,
Exactly.
So the intent to figure out, on both sides, not just one side, like, okay, what do we want from this? Like, yeah, like my situation, that's why I say, like, I love you traditional wise. My avatar is deeper. I see you why, because I see the inside you first and foremost, then the outside, because I date your mind.
Right.
I can talk to your body, TLC, sex, intercourse, all we want. That's the body, that's the vessel.
Yeah.
Now, what about the mind?
You're part of you, right? You're part of you, right? You're part of you.
Say it again.
You're part of you. You're part of you.
Puerto Rican?
Puerto Rican, yes?
Puerto Rican? No. I'm Hispanic, Chicano, Mexican American, Chicano.
Okay, Puerto Rican is me.
You can say, you can call me Puerto Rican. It's just it's a title. That's all it is.
You look Puerto Rican. Just saying.
Oh yeah, cosmetic wise, I get quote unquote mistaken for many races and cultures, but I don't see that. Like, I just see energy in that. So you can call me whatever you want to call me.
No, it is real, sir. I'm saying it's real, but you look Puerto Rican. Just saying.
That's cool. I get that quite a bit, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody.
I'm flying fuck what people are. They're like good people. We're all good. But motherfucking people out there, they're fucking rude as shit. You see what I mean?
Potentially, if they're being rude, there's a reason why they're being rude. They could be bitter, hateful in life. They're going through traumas. They're just having a bad day, and the intent is not to be rude potentially, but.
Right. But you know what's the thing about that, sir? They have to find themselves and figure it out, and not hurt other people because they're hurt in their life. 'Cause I see that all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, Baya.
Yeah. Okay, I'll stop fucking going.
Right, you good. It's everybody, they're going through things in life. That's why they intend to be in the healing journey. They're more mindful, keep it respectful. People on the journey, they're not mindful, they're unmindful, and they're just going through the emotions, feelings, and that's why you gotta be careful in every which way. That's why I just like podcasts. It's just positivity best as possible. If you want to talk about your feelings, whatever you're going through, it's an open space, every which way. And I try to regulate the people that jump on here best as possible. So,
You know what the good thing about this is?
Go for it.
We can talk about our problems in life.
Yeah.
In life, we get out.
Yeah.
That's a good thing, right?
That's the intent. Like real support teams. The more people you support you can vent to it, and potentially figure out that your feelings or whatever your triggers are together, the better for yourself. Because maybe you don't see what they see, and they can potentially guide you to plant seeds. Like, okay, breakups. Let me tell you my stories that I went through and how I overcame it. If you don't to comprehend this, there's work for me, it might not work for you. But the cool thing is, we got all my conversations, try to figure out together. Because to fix yourself by yourself is highly impossible. Because in your mind, Your notes, knowledge, wisdom, analogy, metaphor, riddles, and stories are maxed out. If you can get someone else's perspective, Doja and guide you, that's a lot better. That's why I preach about real support teams, and the more people in your support teams, the better for yourself. Everybody has their own
And
beliefs.
that's half the problem on this app is it's just people and children and those little boys, right? That there's non-stop drama everywhere. Nobody is supporting one another.
Yeah,
You
it's
know, I do not put anything negative on anybody's stuff unless it's regarding a pedophile or an abuser or something. But
Right.
even then, I'm respectable, and
correct.
you know, like I don't go live on here very often anymore because I can't handle the negativity of it.
Right. Oh yeah, it's TikTok. It's
Pedophiles are not accepted anywhere in this world. Online, lady. Heck no.
no, yeah, well, and that's the shit. It's a lot going on for sure, and then it's a lot. Anyone that does wrong, there's not good people. But that's why I call everybody out. Like, we all free one choice. You know, we all know right from wrong, but you choose to do wrong. You can blame, point the finger at the devil made me do it, my ex, social media, drugs. No one put a gun to your head. Everyone's got free one choice. That is called what? A premeditated choice. You thought about it for a millisecond, and you chose to do wrong. And you have excuses. Yeah, point the finger, because you don't want to do accountability. No one's perfect. We have our flaws every which way. Like my situation, well, I'll talk about. You know, I'm an open book. So like in 2008,
You know,
2009.
my feeling about this is fuck pedophiles.
Okay.
They should be taken out. Online.
Right,
Honestly.
but now there's social media. They can find them really fast because that's why you have these platforms. People that do it purposely, they'll set it up and they get busted all the time. Right, but you can nowadays because of social media, you can get a lot of them arrested, go in jail, prisons, because you can set them up because once again they're lusty.
Now they're showing up when you're out of blue. So this and that. Now we're busting them. Why didn't it happen long ago? Whatever.
Right.
Why didn't it happen long ago? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That was your mean or anything like that, but no.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, back to that scene with Johnny Chan with love and lust. Like that's why it's a being. Like you got to figure out what that is. Like I use toxic love and then lust and then love and lust. Like the intent to like love one. If you want to be monogamy, my tattoo A and B, Jenny Will Smith, monogamy. All I see is you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, let me see. Let me see.
Mhm.
You're whatever. Let me see it. One. You're fucking You're fucking the chin or whatever. Just go on very sorry. I was looking at what you have right here, in your fist.
The fist.
Yes, the right one. Okay, whatever. Fine to me. Feels fine as fuck. I'm so actually happy we're against fucking pedophiles. Thank you, Lord. Fuck yeah. These fucking degenerates. Oh my gosh. I probably shouldn't have seen this in life, but I will do it wrong too. Our babies get fucking trafficked. Oh my god.
Okay, I'm just gonna ask nicely if we
What?
can refrain from the foul language because this is supposed to be.
I'm sorry, lady. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's supposed to be positive.
Yes, I know what it used to be. I'm sorry. I'll calm down. It really hurts me. Just saying, I'll calm down.
I just don't want him to get banned.
I understand. I'm sorry, baby.
It's
I
okay.
was trained.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Where are
It
you
hurts
from?
me. Chicago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm putting the next clip.
Where y'all from? Where y'all from?
I'm sorry.
I'm in
Where
Canada.
y'all from? Canada? Our host, where you from?
Seattle, Washington.
Washington? Okay. Where?
Seattle, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I was framed. I used to really upset that stuff happened.
Right, understandable.
All 7 now.
Right.
Yeah.
So this video says, I found peace when I walked away from everyone invading me. And this shit easier said than done. But that's what I preach about because I worked on myself. Like, remember, rejection is protection. So you can push everybody away. Like, okay, you have your physical family, blood, right? So I'm gonna tell everybody because my boy said about his saying, blood makes you related. Blood's not thicker than water. So your vibe will attack your tribe every which way. Your spiritual family, right? So
cutting everyone off saved my life. And I know that a lot of people will hear that and think that that's really harsh or probably really crazy. But unless you've been on the spiritual journey, it's hard to understand. And it wasn't out of bitterness. It was absolutely 100% a spiritual shift. Because when you start healing, you start becoming more self-aware, and you can no longer ignore the way that certain people drain your energy. Because when you're unawakened, you really don't realize all of the chaos that you are surrounded by. But once that happens, you feel it in your spirit, you feel it in your body. The more I disconnected, the more I leveled up mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. I used to suffer from really, really bad anxiety. I mean, like panic attacks almost every day.
Flip.
Gone. Had high blood pressure for years. Gone. Spent years struggling with my weight. Gone. And my nervous system was finally regulated. This is the first time in my life that I have ever felt this level of peace. And that's because I'm no longer surrounded by people constantly feeding off of my energy every single day. Family, friends, everybody. For the first time in my life, I've been able to pour into myself in a way that I've never had. And I don't want to trade that peace for anything. And I don't know if anyone else is experiencing this, but it is so hard to want to open that door again once you experience this level of peace. And it's not that I'm closed off to making new connections, but I'm just not willing to trade this peace for the chaos that unhealed people bring. Because unhealed energy is so draining. It's so unpredictable. And all they do is just take and take and take and give nothing, leaving you depleted. And I know there's people who believe that being isolated is a trauma response. And you know what? Maybe it very well is. But for me, it feels more like spiritual protection. It feels safe. Unfortunately, a lot of people just are not good. They're just not. And maybe this is also the neurodivergent experience. But all I know is that I'm safe here. And I'm not just letting anybody in to disrupt this peace that I've worked so hard to maintain. Anyone else in this space? I know I can't be the only one.
Which is beautiful. That's why it's called a healing journey.
That is facts right there.
Yeah.
Facts.
Oh yeah, that's I love downloading people's clips, and I remember I just pay it forward and play it. It's not even, I don't know her from Adams. I download it and I play it. And I say respect for the most part. You know, you queens have more. Your voice is more powerful than my voice because why? Women support women, kids support kids. Everyone supports women and kids.
That's because that's the way society has portrayed
social
women,
media,
women
yeah.
and men. Like I know the other day you were talking about how over the generations, you know, like back in the
50s, old, yeah.
Men were more open. Men were more loud spoken because they could be heard, right?
Correct.
Whereas now the generation is men don't speak. They're afraid to speak. They're afraid to feel. They're afraid to express.
Well, if we do speak, we speak not with words verbalized. Yeah. We use our status, our money, our cars, our homes, my job. That's how we speak, quote unquote. But I want to speak to you as a being. I want to use words in conversations. I want to get to know you as a being and your feelings. That's why I tell everybody, which I'm going to tell it pretty soon. All Cap Brothers are a journey, every blue pillar initiative, the 2D world and 3D world, a healing journey. What journey are you on? Are you in a journey, a healing journey? Especially potential. Like, that's why I say all the time, I'm 3.5 years single. I could have had a girlfriend 3.5 years ago, but I don't deal with girls. I don't get involved with women that are healing, preferably healed, or my conversations to figure it out together to make sure, like, I do speed dating. I want to make sure this is going to work on the overall. I'm not trying to hurt you. I don't want you to hurt yourself. I want to make sure you're ready for this, because I remind you, Queen, day one, you see that door? It's better for both of us. I can leave, you can leave. You ready for this? Please don't accept me in your life.
That's like me too. It's I've had opportunities, yes, but after having brief conversations with people, it's
Right.
Get that like, okay, so you're not going to take my feelings into consideration. You're only going to be concerned about yours.
Right.
I already see how this is going to go, talking as friends
Correct.
into a potential relationship. So it's just walk away instantly. Like I don't have time for any of that.
Correct. And that's beautiful. Remember, rejection, protection. That's what the intent is to, like, what I always preach about, like, the potential to be, if we can't talk about everything, especially because I worked on myself, right, the healing journey, right, about everything, open-minded, freely wise, then what are we doing here? I've always said this for a reason, like, scenario, there's a potential, and I tell the potential day one, here's a scenario. Let's say your father triggers you, your kids trigger you, your boss, the bully triggers you, right, and you come home, and I can see energy shifted. You know, and baby, you okay? You know, a lot of you say that you are okay, but I know you're not okay, or I don't want to talk about it. You know, I need my space. I'll give you a space, but here's the kicker: like, my condoms from Jesus. So so that means every time that someone triggers you, and you push me because you need your space, time for yourself, then I get crucified. Why? And if you can do that initially, but here's the kicker, babe. I already told you day one. You see that door is there for both of us. I'm not, my neck tattoo. I'm not your ex-exes. I'm not trying to hurt you. I worked on myself. I know what you're going through. I know what they're going through, but we can talk about it. If not, then what am I respect me? What am I doing here? Yeah. So I make you feel good. The energy and conversations awesome, but every time you have a bad day, you push me away. What I get crucified. That's why I forewarn people potentials like and in general for everybody out there, like the intent you to have these conversations day one. If not, you can just recording ways, a lot of dates, and then it doesn't work out. Then what? Especially if you can't control potential energy. Especially the part, the energy part is what? The physical touch. When you have TLC sex intercourse, they can ghost you. These boys, a lot of boys are narcissistic. They'll love bomb you, beautiful, God, everything. But after they get TLC sex intercourse, they exchange energy. One for the books, I gotta go. Now what? You feel nasty, you feel wrong, they use you. Yeah, they did use you.
And that's exactly why I refuse to put myself out there, because I'm an adult. I know what things could happen. You know, when you're attracted to somebody, there's that lust, right?
Right.
I'm not going to put myself in those positions because I don't want to get my feelings hurt. I can handle getting my feelings hurt. I can handle being rejected, but I don't want to put myself in a position where I already know that that's probably going to be the outcome.
Right.
Right?
That's beautiful.
Wait and save myself for the next 20 years if I have to. Like, I just, no thank you.
Well, yeah, that's why. I'm not a virgin. Type of people, all the queens, hate the potentials. Like, don't be shy to shoot your side. You can ask me whatever you want. I'm not a virgin, right? I'm open book, but that's what I talk about. As one being, can you control potential energy? Because anyone can use you. Anyone can sell you a dream. You might have missed the red flags. Even though there were neon lights, you just don't know where red flags or boundaries are yet, So, my situation is, I say all the time, I have 1,000 girlfriends with 1,000 potentials. And day 10, we exchange energy TSX intercourse, and they all ghost me. As it being, I don't shed tears. I don't question my self-worth. I shit, but I don't fall on my dick on my life. That is their free will and choice, but I call them out. That's not a good person. They sold me a dream, quote unquote, but that is their free will and choice. But don't say higher source. Well, because higher source will not ghost. They will not sell dreams. If it's not gonna work out, we talk about it as adults to figure out why it's failing, or maybe potentially we make it work out. On the overall, you gotta make sure this is a two-sided relation, not one-sided. That's why you gotta figure this out best as possible. Everything, like that's why I preach about, like on the overall picture, right there, your mind, body, looks, your universe. Before I mentioned, you already had your life. You've been doing your things, and that's what I have my life. The intent to figure out.
It sure makes you wish, though, that for me, I don't wish all that I've been through. I don't wish that I could go back in time and change the fact that I have my kids.
Right.
I wish I could go back in time and change who their father is, or I wish I could go back in time and think, okay, well, if I knew what I know now, I wouldn't have just wasted my whole adult life. I'm almost 39. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I have one kid at home now. The other two are adults, and I'm thinking to myself, like, wow.
It was so too. How you doing?
What have I done differently?
Right. But the cool thing is, Queen, I tell people, like, remember this, like, in our heads, I wish if my parents, they don't know this conversation, and that's why it's a past for a reason, but the cool thing is you can pay it forward. I tell everybody, pay it forward. Tell, for sure teach your kids, that everyone, locally, potential wise, or behind the screen. I tell everybody do a podcast oh, there's one person, but you're just telling a story. No one to comprehend you. What? Just to forewarn you, there's the red flags that I miss of my ex-exes. These are called boundaries. These are called love language. I didn't know about standards of love language. None of this. I learned the hard way, but maybe potentially wise, I can help you prevent it, but I can't stop it. And if you do fall on your face and you do get sold a dream, I'm here for you. That's a positive, you know? And that's why I tell to my kids and everyone out there, like, if you know, I tell my kids, all young kids in general, like, kids in marriage, wait till you're 30, 40 years old. Like, make sure you're established for yourself as one being, and the potential to be they're established. Then potentially you can try to make this work. If the relationship is good and the overall and there is love, then potentially, you know, try to have family and kids. But at the same time, to forewarn you, you can be a power couple. Did you know people that are traumatized, they'll shoot their shot, and they claim to be good people, religious people, God, Buddha, whatever, but they know they're passing boundaries? So be careful with that. And here's the kicker. Can your partner, you know, can you control your lust? Can your partner control your lust? Hey, what's up, King? How you doing? How you doing, Roscoe? And I say respectfully, there's so many scenarios. And if scenario, let's say your partner or you fall to lust, are you ready for that? It's in a second, it's a hurt. But, you know,
and that's another thing, too, is it doesn't matter how religious you are or what your stature is in life or your mentality or how faithful you are and how committed you are to your partner. Lust is always going to be there.
Facts.
Always going to be there. Me personally, though, if I go out somewhere and a guy looks at me, I give him the dirtiest look ever. Like I go into resting deep face because even my daughter, she'd be like, "Well, that was something." Like, well, I don't like to be looked at. I don't like to be confronted. But 95% of women and men out there. It doesn't matter if you're standing in a Walmart lineup together with groceries. If somebody looks at you one way and you find them attractive, you're going to look over and be like, not so bad looking.
Right.
But you're not going to act on it because you love your partner.
Right.
There's a difference between acting on lust and having lust.
Correct,
right? And that's what the difference that people don't understand, that they can't coordinate it.
Right. And that's what
so they act out.
Correct.
Instead, right?
No, exactly. And that's what the big term is called what? Emotional cheating. Before the cell phone, before DMs, before the physical cheating, it stops with emotional cheating. Nothing wrong looking. But when you're gawky, let's say you're my girl, right? And there's a young girl, whatever, and she's showing everything off, offering lust, right? I'm staring at her in front of your face, but I love you and I love God. And and that's called emotional cheating. So that means that I can't control my lust. Because if I'm doing it in front of your face, imagine at work, and I have to party and kick it, the clubs, house parties, you know, the bars, the streets, it's gonna happen again. So that's why, especially tell kids all the time, like, learn to realize boundaries, and to when you know how to respect them. If you don't respect them, what are you choosing with? Give me another chance. Sorry, babe. My tattoo, the devil get at me. Like, well, no,
it's all about controlling the lust.
Yeah,
right?
facts.
But I mean, like, I don't know how it is for other people, but like when I'm in a committed relationship, that's the only person I'm thinking about.
Right, and that's beautiful. All you see is what?
Like,
Them.
I can't go out. Like, I remember years ago when I was with my kid's dad, we had gone out to the bar, and he was, you know, he was looking at other women, and he was, you know, looking back at me, and then he danced with me, but then he was watching some other girl grinding against somebody else, and you know, it's things that I didn't notice then that I do now, and I'm like, he was definitely not faithful.
Right.
Because now I can remember those memories. Like,
I don't believe her. I gotta call a spade to spade. That means that she was looking at guys too. They went to bars, brother. They went to bars together. It wasn't just him looking at other girls.
No, I assure you it was just him. I'm an extremely, extremely faithful person. I don't have...
You control your lust.
Time to look at somebody. Exactly.
Right.
I don't have time to lust.
Right.
If I'm in a committed relationship, I can give it to you.
You gotta help me out here, man. You know that she's only having her side.
Well, no. Well, here's the kicker. So, like, no, potentially, but here's the kicker. Like tell people, if you want to find if there's this person the keeper, more the females are the queens, right? So when I'm a scenario, I say all the time, let's say I have a partner, right? And I tell you that, babe, day one, babe, just to let you know, I don't care if you look at guys. And you can tell if she to keep her on the overall, if she controls her lust. How? As she said a minute ago, when she says this, what? Well, I can. There is guys, but all I see is you. When they say that line, all I see is you. Yo, they control the lust. They have self will. My tattoos. The boys and girls that can't control the lust, their eyes are bigger than the mouth. Yes, at a bar, club's house party.
Us, brother.
Huh?
That only works for us. That works for guys mostly than girls, man.
As far as
you already know. You got 5 kids. I got 5 kids.
Yeah.
We got different ladies.
Huh?
You already know that when it comes to the ladies actually telling the truth, they're only gonna say their side.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if there wasn't a relationship like she was just saying.
Right.
But ultimately, we know that when we say, okay, we're going to stay true to ourselves and be faithful,
yeah,
we mean it. Women is not like that. They are quick to forget about you as soon as the next man come up.
But see,
it's a scenario.
That's not accurate. Like I don't even know if I can get into this conversation because I get so debatable. Like,
yeah, no, it's cool. It's all my conversation. You don't have to.
There is that 20% of women out there, and there is that 20% of men out there,
right,
that do not lust and do not go after somebody else the second that they break up with somebody.
Right, or you take a break. I mean? You need time.
Years, but here I am. I'm still alone.
Right. No, it's me as a being. I preach about like energy. So like, Queen, your energy is phenomenal. A lot of people I talk to, like, I already know, like, I know your love. You might not feel it, not know it, but you don't see what I see because I worked on myself. But I know, and that's our potential at the time. Where you know, my one-on-one is Queen. No passion bounds, giving platonic, compliment. If you and I be together, I know you give your all. I know, and I worked on myself. But here's the thing: but are you ready for it? And I know, and for everybody out there, you know, your lust. If you want to test your lust as one beat, it's so simple to do. Go to the gyms, go to the bikini brisket stands, go to the fucking beaches, all the fucking OnlyFans, all the lust, whatever you're into, male, females, eye candy everywhere. Now, if you're staring at everybody like you've never seen a man in your fucking life, you can't do A and B monogamy at all. Because your eyes are big in your mouth. And then when it comes to, especially on the male side, like making chickens biology in the Bible, because King David, I have money, power, and fame. No. It's called the answer what? My tattoo. You have no self-will. Why do I call out Zeus, the Greek god? I'm better than him in respect, because I control my lust. Zeus was a Greek god, quote unquote, but he was a fuckboy. And he loved his wife. And he was a god. He can't control his lust. She could. She has self-will. He has no self-will. She is love. He is toxic love. She is God. He's Lucifer. Whatever term you want to use, that in my body. But that's okay, everybody out. As one being, test your partner. Take your partner, especially the queens. I tell all the time, my one-on-ones, take your potential partner to the bikini brisket stands. What? He's acting nervous, all this shit. Let's say he's introverted, understandable, but he's not. There it is. I talk to a lot of them. I would just bullshit with them. Have conversations. And I talk to you about cosmetically, you're beautiful. I love your ink therapy. But here's the kicker. I'm speaking to you in your mind. I don't speak to your body. Your body's just a vessel, the avatar, that's all it is. Lust, that's just toxic love and lust, that's just dime a dozen. Now show me love and lust. These conversations. And sometimes I forget, because the queens are mad young. They're 20, 25, 30 years old. They don't know this conversation. They could say healing journey, God higher source, but they don't know when it comes to relationships. Like, they always use me. Well, queen, not knowing, you're actually allowed to happen not knowing what? Because do you know what, like, boundaries are, your love language standards? What is that? Well, let me elaborate. I can send you clips. You have social media. I can follow you. I can pay it forward. But there it is. I can tell you, I know you offer a lot of love. The downfall, you don't know who to match energy with. And yeah, I'm not saying don't be attracted potentially, be look inside them. What? There's beautiful, exotic everywhere, cosmetically. But here's the kicker. Who are you talking to? Their body or their mind? You know, I was speaking to you because your mind tells your mouth to move. And we're having a conversation. Here's the best part. We're talking about my tattoos. And it's all about the healing journey. You got tattoos. They're beautiful tattoos. Right? But it's not really the healing journey on the overall. You're doing this conversation. So, and that's just for everybody out there. As a being, can you control your lust? If you want to offer love, quote unquote, monogamy A and B, are you ready for it? Can you control your lust? If not, I promise you $1,000 to $1 billion I don't have, you will always emotionally cheat. And you're the one that will sabotage the relationship. I know you will. And I don't know you. I don't have to know you as a being. It is called what? Energy. Yep. Black and white energy. You can say higher source, Buddha, $1 billion. That dollar can't talk to me. You as a being could talk to me if you want to. That's your free will and choice. You don't have to. But if you want to talk about feelings, I know you're a boy and girl. You're on a journey. You're not a healing journey. I respect your boundaries, but I'm gonna call you out. Scenario: you want love, relationships, family, and kids. The day your partner asks you the same question I just asked you, what will you do to the person that you love? They want to have family, kids, push them away, shut down. Then you are the problem, because you are toxic love. You're not loved respectfully. You're on a journey. You can say, promote, talk higher source, especially social media. Anybody can post positive shit. It doesn't make him a better person. Action speak on the words. How many of these boys are fuck boys and they say I'm good, religious, spiritual, life coach, but they're fuck boys, dropping bodies left to right, kids everywhere. Really? Make that shit make sense, man. That's why you gotta tell people's energy. And here's the best part for everybody: rejection, protection. You see that door? Anybody can leave whenever they want to. That is their free will and choice. As one being, can you handle rejection? Nobody has to say yes to you. Nobody has to stay. That is their free will and choice. If they reject you, are you ready for that? If they ghost you and you gave your all, you give $1 billion worth of fucking, now you both wake up, you both go to work, and you come back home to your guys' home, and they don't come back home. They block you on everything, and they ghost you. Now, what are you choosing? What are you doing? Yeah, nothing wrong with the grieving journey. Shed your tears, cool. Everyone's a grieving journey, but how long will you shed tears for? A week, months, a year? You shut down completely, and now you say fuck love. Love hurts. That's incorrect. If higher source, the universe is love, it doesn't hurt at all. It's highly impossible. You say fuck toxic love. I preach about what? It's terminology. Fuck toxic love. You love somebody that doesn't love you back. You love somebody that, and from there, wise, toxic love will cost you everything. What? Emotionally, mentally, spiritually, financially, physically, potentially even your own life. Because your health goes to shit, or they're too narcissistic, sociopath, psychopaths, right? The devil comes out of him, and they're already emotionally cheating. They're verbally, emotionally, spiritually fucking whooping your ass, physically whooping your ass, and they're threatening you. If you leave me, I'm off in your dome. You're not gonna be here tomorrow. You could have lived a little bit longer if you knew all about the healing journey. But here's the kicker: if your family's not talking to you, your toxic as part of their power not talking to you. Everyone's just in a journey. They're not in a healing journey. They're stuck on what? The generational cycle. Everyone's stuck on that shit. They fucking won. The question is for you as one being, for how much for longer? I stopped all the generational cycle with my family at 39. My tattoo. Nothing against my family when I say this. My mother, father's side, none of my family from Washington State down to Mexico, back to Spain, the motherland, zero, fucking zero, can do anything positive in life. But as a Catholic, I heard it all. Go to church, pray in God's hands. If people are mean to you, pray for them because they're suffering. Be a good person, show respect. That's all you got for me? That only works for you as one being. If the other person you're talking to, a friendship, partnership, they're religious, spiritual, in a positive manner, it works. Then you could potentially work it out. But if they're too narcissistic, these bad girl phobic fuck rolls, those are all Lucifer disciples. They're every single one of them. The big word all. They're all my tattoos way up here. It says right there, they're the fuck ups of the universe. Everything they touch, they destroy. Karma, you queen the spiritual universe. They are karma not knowing. You want to date karma? Go do opposite track. Black and white. Self-sabotage your life. Tell me how the shit feels respectfully. I was you. I won't ever do it again. That's why I don't fuck with no one from the ghetto hoods. At all. I'll be your associate. I'll be your supportive. If you're not too toxic, if your environment's not too toxic, I'll even call you a friend. A partner, negative. Far from that. I live in the ghetto hoods, but I'm not in it. The queen shoot the shot, but your queen, let's go party and kick it. I don't party and kick it. I don't do that lifestyle. Show me you love in the ghetto hoods. Especially in the ghetto hoods, how can you gonna go to find love at the bars, clubs, house parties? Really? Go meet your future baby mom, baby father, entanglement. Go get your ass whipped because you're smashing someone's husband, wife, and everyone loves God. Okay, I pray for you guys. I go my day, I go my life. That's why I don't deal with toxicity. If I'm trying as long as possible to stay as possible, especially in the ghetto hoods, you don't see me in the streets at all. If you see me in and out, gym therapy, which I'm trying to do more consistent of, Walmart, Dollar Tree, and that's it. You can't miss me. It's highly, the way I dress, the way my hair, my tattoos, is highly impossible you can miss me. But you don't see me. People locally think I moved to Seattle, because I'm always talking about Seattle. Like, one of these days when I can, I shall, but I visit there a lot. I love Seattle. That's my real home. That's my heaven on earth. And not just matter Eastern Washington, heaven and hell. I mean, this is my hell on earth. Other than family and my kids, there's nothing here for me. I'm Japanese to everybody here, and they're all religious, spiritual, atheist, good people. Like, sure, like, I'm not saying names on here. And my cousin hears this, like, she became, like, certified, I think, like, don't call me now, like, counselor therapist. I'm like, one of these days when I see her, yo, bring my cousin, like, let's have a my conversation. I want to see what they taught you in college, this DSM-5 book. That's how. Here's the best part. You should know this terminology with tattoos. They teach this shit in the book, in college. And if you have troubles with this, whoever your boss is, I would love to speak to them. Because they know this conversation every which way. I can't even remember the last time I was in a bar. I think I was 22. In my lifespan, I've been to bar. Well, I was there recently, maybe last year with my boy. I don't like going to bars, especially with the way my tattoos are. They're brown, I'm brown. They got tattoos. I get the looks, and they're fucking mad dog. And here we go. That's to my boy. Like, I'll go with you, but he was buzzing. My tattoo is like, I'll go with you. You can say hi to your peoples, but it's in and out. I don't want altercations. There won't be altercations. Bro, I'm trying to tell you, man. They'll potentially not be. It's because the energy. Because we lock eyes. I look back. And what do you want? Like nothing. I'm just matching your energy every which way. That's what I don't do with toxicity. If I go to bars, clubhouse parties, I go to the north side of Seattle, the suburbs, every which way. Because the most that happens, you got John and Bill over there that are fucking lit, but they take care of each other. They get each other Ubers, DDs, all that shit. And the ghetto hoods, fuck. Anytime you hear shootings in Seattle, that's downtown Seattle and all the south side. Rare in the north side. And then here's the best part. And when you go to down Seattle in these big cities, right, you're missing 3 energies in one building. I know you want to go to the bars, clubhouse parties to have a good time. So if I ever do this, I say this a lot, right? But who knows? Maybe it's out of my back somewhere. It's gonna say, if I do say this, and say 95% are there for what? For fucking lust. 3% are there for what? To have a good time. 2%? I was 2%. What was I? The DD. I gotta make sure the squad behaves, and I don't want to fucking be there. I am blessed that nothing happened to me. There was altercations by me. I gotta get my ass kicked, stabbed, shot by accident, just to make sure my peoples are okay and they don't get fucking lit, and I take them home. I did it in my lifespan 34 times. After that, I feel like out of place. This is what the fuck am I doing here? This is ghetto hood. This is the bars. What am I doing at a bar? There's nothing here for me at all. There's so much toxicity and drama and bullshit. That's why I say all the time. You hear about Seattle, Washington, shootings, stabbings, downtown Seattle, all the south side. That's a ghetto hood. That's everyday life. It's very, very rare to hear that shit on the north side. If it happens on the north side in the suburbs, because the south side goes to the north side, they're trying to blend in. Yo, everybody in the ghetto hood. You can leave the hood, but the hood leave you. Can you put your pride and ego away? You can dress nice, speak proper, quote unquote, but if someone stares at you, what you're looking at. And what do we say? Seattle talk, oh, they're from the south side. Cosmetically look pretty, not beautiful cosmetically, and dress nice, speak proper, but no, they're from the ghetto hoods. They left this shit, but they leave the fucking pride and ego to the fullest. That's why they gotta be careful with them. Be observant with them, you know? I've been a hermit. I'm a homebody. Same here, Queen. I don't go out. If you ever see me go out in the streets, only the suburbs, the ghetto areas, the ghetto hoods. Fuck no, in and out. I don't fuck with the ghetto hoods. Why? I won't. My situation. They can fucking whoop my ass, put one in my head for whatever apparent reason. That's all my tattoos. I didn't read it. On me, it says right here. All suburbs, good areas, are God's playgrounds, heaven on earth, healthy relationships, love and lust. All ghetto hoods are Lucifer's playgrounds, hell on earth, toxic relationships, toxic love and lust. If I want love, I go to the suburbs on the overall. If I want toxic relationships, I go to the ghetto hoods. Anyone that lives in the ghetto hoods, you cannot say that corny ass line. Wrong place at the wrong time. How? You live in the ghetto hoods. The mafiosos kick in the corner of the block. You know the squad, and you want to. I want to chill with my peoples. I tell my family and friends, go chill with your peoples. I'll see you on Facebook. My nephew will tell me, guess what? A cousin got stabbed. No way. In the ghetto hoods that everybody reads the Bible and they're good people, how did they get stabbed? I already know they're gonna get stabbed. I said I don't go out in the ghetto hoods. I won't go to no ghetto hoods. If I do, in and out. If I go to a restaurant, where the fuck I'm getting. But I avoid the ghetto hoods. If I'm trying to live long as possible, safe as possible, I don't fuck with the ghetto hoods. All of them, hell on earth. Show me love in the ghetto hoods. Kids have more love than the adults do. Black and white straight to the point. Tell me I'm wrong. And they keep God. You can say God all you want, but you live in the ghetto hoods, and you're about the life, living the life respectfully, and to each their own. That's why once again I speak the way I speak, and I don't hold back. Why should I? these words, the truth's hurt no matter what. And if it's your past, if your past was the ghetto hoods, if your past gang mafiosos, that's your past. Have you let it go? Everybody has the right to be in your past or present, or like what I do. I'm just speaking in general. If I check anyone from the ghetto hoods, I don't know you. I just did my job. So yeah, I'm gonna let your past go. Then you're the problem. Put your pride and ego away. Do closure for yourself, yo. And anyone brings your past or present, be like, I know you. If that person says verbally, I know you, and they're not in your life in the healing journey, they know of you, your past version of yourself. They don't know you. And that's what I do locally and behind the screen. If you knew me, King Queen, you'd be in my pocket. We'd be talking and vibing. You know the old original, so yes, I did do that. Yes, I did say that I was in a journey. I was not in the healing journey. Because if you was in my life and you knew me, why are we talking to each other right now? Make this shit make sense. Respectfully, you know? So, once again, everybody has their own terminology. I keep it simple because I care about you as one being with your feelings and your mental health. If you want to sit here and debate about other, I don't care about other things respectfully. Anything man-made, race, religion, pot, I don't care. It's with your personal feelings and your mental health, it's all irrelevant. You have $1 billion? I'm happy you have $1 billion. You're well established, social media famous, OnlyFans game mafioso, but you bitch about being sad, depressed, going through a breakup, the divorce shit, they ghosted you. Why and how? Do you want to talk about that? No. Cool. I respect your boundaries, but there it is. You're a boy and girl, eventually entitled pretty soon next month, on a journey. You're not in a healing. Men and women in the healing journey, we'll try to talk about this as best as possible. Initially, easier said and done, but I promise you it does get better. That's why I do lifestyle. I've been doing shit 5 years. In my start my 6th season, and it's cool. Think it's a live podcast. So when this live session is done, eventually I'll catch up with my Spotify and YouTube. So that's why, which I talk about it more. If you want to follow me, Spotify, YouTube, Coach Rito podcast. It's amazing what words do. I put Coach Rito, but if you put podcast, because people love podcasts nowadays, I got more followers that way by just adding the word podcast. What? It's a live podcast. That's what people like. They'll comment on my YouTube or they'll DM me, like, I see you, but who are you talking to? I'm like, well, if you read the fucking description, it says there it's a live podcast. So I'm speaking, someone's speaking, I'm reading comments. You hear people speaking, but you don't see no faces. For like legal issues, quote unquote. That's why it's more on Twitch. No one's really here. Here's one person, right? But on the overall, on Twitch for the most part, I don't think people could jump on like in a box. I don't think they do. It's just a streaming app, quote unquote. But I use that to save my live sessions, has better, quality wise. If they're just download it and eventually upload it. And I tell everybody out there when you start the healing journey, pay it forward. You don't have to. I recommend it. I'll take one person to make a comment, ask a question, spark conversations. Because why? I am A, you look at me scenario, right? And you are B, you can talk to me, you don't have to. But then you go gossip. That person right there, that guy right there with tattoos, gang mafioso prison tattoos. So you went to the C's, A and B, you and I, you saw me, no, fuck that, you're scared to talk to me. C to Z parties, your friends, social media. Now everyone's gossiping about me. And so someone comes up to me, hey, so you're a gang mafioso, you're the prison tattoos? Like, negative. I look cosmetic, 10 kilos, prison tattoos, but no. And I say respectfully, typically people with prison tattoos, when they get out, they become Bible thumpers. God, God, God. Nothing's wrong with God, nothing wrong with Jesus. We when I say that, but that's what they preach about. All my tattoos about raw real life, raw real feelings. If any of these words trigger you, I did my job. I preach about feelings every which way. I care about you as one being. Especially if you claim to say you want love. You gotta learn to love yourself first and foremost. If not, be codependent of everybody. Because what does everybody say? My parents made me feel good. My kids made me feel good. Everybody. And then my job, my car, my tattoos. Man-made bullshit. So I'm going to tell my back and say, if people make you feel good, if man-made bullshit makes you feel good, why couldn't you make yourself feel good? Make that make sense. And the answer is what? Codependency. Because you need people. You need man-made bullshit. So stay codependent. Everybody till last day in breath. And when you lose everything, and which everyone's going to hit rock bottom, you will literally lose everything in life. Family, friends, money, power, and fame, etc. to the fullest. And then what? Sorry, guys. And say respectfully, then what? You can be like, I did cuss a higher source, but here's the kicker. I wasn't ready for it. Anyone, when you say, okay, I'll pray to a higher source that will give me money, power, and fame, the day you get money, power, and fame, you get your partner, family, and you lose everything in life. talk to yourself how they lose everything, why they lose everything. You know, and the answer is what? Because you wasn't ready for it. Because if you was ready for it, you would not lost it. That's why it's two-sided relationship, A and B, communication, comprehension. If you do monogamy, A and B, you and I, that's it. If we're doing poly open, all 220 of us, we're all on the same page best as possible. But I tell everybody, if you want to do poly open relationships, if you can't handle one person's feelings, how the fuck you handle two or more? Make that make sense. And when they start cheating, like, well, that's their free will and choice. You know, what are you gonna do? Cry about it? You know, so that's the shit. If you want to try to do poly open, the intent is to control your feelings as best as possible. Because anyone could cheat whenever they want to. They can ghost whenever they want to. They can break you guys' rules. That is their free will and choice. If they break the rules, quote unquote, what are you choosing? What are you doing? To give them chances? To drop them? To go to the, you know what? I don't want to do none of this. I thought I could do this. Like my scenario in 2011, a long time ago, I did friends with benefits in Seattle. No smartphone, no social media, no MySpace, no Facebook. Every benefits that they knew what I was doing. I would tell them day one, Queen, just to let you know, I'm not your boyfriend, you're not my girlfriend. That's called a fake romantic love story. When we chill with each other, we can act like a couple, but we're not a couple. Try to control your feelings because we're not a couple. I love my baby mom's old school terminology, right? I love my baby mom's. This love of her. I don't know how to get rid of it. If I knew how to get rid of it, I would be with you or the other 100 plus that I'm chilling with, because you guys are beautiful individuals. I can actually talk. I can be my authentic myself with you, but I don't know how to get rid of it. So that's what I'm saying. Respectfully, control your feelings, because if you can't control your feelings and you start catching feelings, there's nothing to talk about. Hey, can we talk about? There's nothing to talk about. If you want to have that conversation, I'm like, I'm falling for you. I already told you day one, and this is day 60, that I love my baby mom. I don't know how to get rid of this love for her, but that's wrong terminology, this toxic love. I didn't know how to do that. So, in my situation, and here's the kicker, when you do like benefit situationships, no one's got to talk to nobody. I could have ghosted 100 plus in 2011. No bragging rights when I say this. I talked to every single one of them, and I told them I'm leaving. What? And I moved 3 hours back home. I went from the west side to the east side, 3 hours away. Because you can always start all over in life, every which way, right? So I got slapped and punched quite a bit. Because, like, why are you leaving me? Like, there was never us. There was never, here's the best, I don't gotta talk to you. I'm just letting you know I'm leaving. Why? I fucked up. This benefit situation, it shouldn't have got to this point. I lost control of my lust. I was trying to fill the void of love I cannot get from my baby moms with you guys. It doesn't matter how many bodies I lay down with. None of you won't ever be her. She won't ever be none of you guys. So I gotta squash it and I just reset, start all over again. That's the good thing in life. Like you could, it's definitely easier said. Like when you have no kids, be like Forrest Gump and run. When there's kids involved in life, you make sacrifices, right? And it sucks because I sacrificed our 3 daughters to start all over again, every which way. But that's why I pay it forward and tell stories. Like, yo, anyone that's body up in the whole face, the reason why they're doing that because inside the broken nugget lost, they're scared to be alone and abandonment issues. The second thing, they're trying to fill it with a love they cannot get from the ex. The person that they love, that's it. It does not matter how many bodies you lay down with. These bodies won't ever be them, and vice versa. You just don't know that yet. That's why I just pay it forward every which way, every which way. Oh, thanks for the hollow log tree. And once again, I'm just telling stories no one has to comprehend. You know? So yeah. And I see all that respect because I know the way I speak can trigger people. And I just care about people's feelings. Because, like, if you want this love, quote unquote, you got to figure out what love is. And you don't know this yet, but it starts with you. If you want true happiness, a good dish of love, support, real support teams, the fountain of youth, it starts from who? The person marry yourself. Now, it's not nobody else. I can add to your love. All your family and friends can add to your love. But the day that, God forbid, they pass away or they just ghost you, no one's got to stay. What? No one's got to stay. But look around you. A zillion people physically around you or behind a cell phone. You can invite people with technology behind the screen. But yes, it'd be nice to have a physical body. But remember this. They can be there, but they can leave whenever they want to. That is their free one choice. Are you ready for rejection? For everybody out there, especially the idea is that you want a partner, a relationship. They can say they want a relationship, but let's say they're too traumatized. Let's say they wasn't looking for a relationship and now they catch feelings, and then a lot of people lie to themselves. Maybe I can do this. Maybe? Think is not knowing, judge is not knowing, assume is not knowing, gossip is not knowing. I'm with that tat on my back. What? You gotta know you're ready. If not, then if you don't make a comment or ask a question, you want to spark a conversation, you will never know at all, you know? And the cool thing about conversations, all this conversation, therapy, I mean, not therapy, but like poetry talk, analogy, metaphor, everybody plants seeds. The person you talk to, allows a patient enough or mind enough, they're hearing. They can study that conversation and they can study the seed, observe the seed, water the seed, or they can let the seed die. No one has to comprehend you. Higher source, I'm going to turn out back eventually sometime this year and say God, Jesus, Allah, Buddha, Muhammad, the universe, the spiritual, our ancestors, beings, we're all communication, we're all messengers. Gotta go SWAT cars, swarmings, our street. Oh, really snap. Prayers that they take care of that really fast. That's just wild. And then no one has to comprehend nobody. What? No one has to comprehend me at all. I got 8 kids. None of my 8 kids have to comprehend me. None of you have to. That is your free will and choice. I'm not a Bible thumper. You have to listen to me. You have to change. You have to start to hit. The word have to is very force and triggering. You can trigger people that pop in your fucking mouth. I gotta change. I have to forgive. I have to let my parents go. You should want to forgive. You should want to let go. That is your free will and choice. But nobody has to do nothing at all. That is their free will and choice. And that's for everybody out there. The potential to be. You gotta know you're ready for love. You can verbalize it, preach about it, put that shit on social media, but are you ready for love? And don't lie to yourself. Maybe, I think, I can try this. You can try this. You might hurt your own feelings. If the person that you get involved with, they've been the healing journey, more awakening woke journey, they can see you too traumatized, they can ghost you, they tell you, you know what, I love you, but I love myself more. You're too broken. What? You're too toxic, you're too traumatized. Like, everything triggers you. I look at you, what? Like, and you don't just say what, you just look at it, you stay with a little attitude. There it is. I can't do the respect for you, I love you, but I gotta go. See that door? I'm selfish. I love you, but I love myself more, because if I don't got myself, what? Do you got me? You don't got me right now? And you say you love me, quote unquote. Look at the way you treated me. So I learned how to love myself, because I don't need you in my life. I want you in my life. As zillion queens in the whole universe and kings, what am I saying about you? One. Make that make sense respectfully, you know? I'm gonna play a clip really fast. I'll leave it off in a minute.
Is it possible for a woman to kiss another man while she's in a relationship and there's no feelings involved?
Kiss? You put your lips on another lips, and then those lips back on my lips. You made me kiss it. I will never forgive for making me kiss. Alright.
I think also, when people quote unquote come clean and they say that it was just a kiss, they not telling you the whole truth. So if I'm acknowledging a kiss, it's way more that happened behind that. And a kiss in itself, the intimacy behind that. Like, you can have sex with somebody and it's not necessarily intimacy. I'm just getting my nut and I'm getting out the way. You understand what I'm saying? But kissing is very intimate. Like, we locking eyes, we locked in. You understand what I'm saying? So we're not gonna act like a kiss.